like, share, subscribe button for me. Yeah, what it do out there? What it do out there? Yes, shout out to everybody out there.
Hey, what the French toast is there to think about?
Yes, listen, look, hold on.
But you old fish-eyed fool.
Yes, fish-eyed fools and all this other type of shit. It's going down. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Yes, it's a lot going on, man. A lot of people are crashing out here, and things like that, man. And people are losing their damn minds. Politicians, all in the Democratic Party, they blaming each other, which they should be blaming each other. I got a couple of things we gonna get into, man. What, more than a couple? Shit, we gonna Nancy Pelosi gonna be in the joint. What else I got for you guys? We're gonna talk about FEMA out here. Apparently, FEMA telling people not to fuck with people that voted for Trump. What the fuck is that
in the
shit?
morning.
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I'm right. You'll see.
This is crazy. How you gonna discriminate against a hurricane victim just because of who they voted for? This is wild out here, man. I'm telling you, man, the people are sick out here. It's ridiculous, man. Okay, we're gonna have Stephen A in the joint. Also talking about, pretty much how the Democratic Party and people that have voted the way that we voted out here are just sick of the crap that they were spilling all over the damn United States out here.
So what the French toast is going to think about?
Shit is sickening. It's crazy. Fucking crazy. Hold on. Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right. So we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to show the beautiful ladies of the world right here, right now. Here we go.
Since to have two wives, you'll always have two pairs of hands. You'll always have two options. The food or
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And there we go. Oh yeah. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies out there of the world. We always enjoy seeing beautiful ladies at all times out here. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. Before we get started with Dean Bat Time, I want to go here. I want to post it. Yes, we're right here. Y'all clearly see everything's red out there. Now, we're, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to dive off into a lot tonight. And this is the point right here. And the factors. You know what I'm saying? We see the dynamics right here. You know what I'm saying? The men, the women, you know what I'm saying? And then it breaks down to white men, white women, black men, black women. And this is the thing right here that I definitely want to speak upon. It's definitely within my own kind right here. We got the black people that are sitting out here still on the Dean Bat activity out here. They just can't give it up. And I'm pissed about that. Yes, I am. So, all right, I got you right here. Here we go. Let's see. White men, overwhelmingly, of course, for Trump. White women, you know, pretty much, you know, saying voted for Trump just a tad bit more. And then we're going to get into the black people. Hispanics, Hispanic women, things like that, you know, as you would expect. You know what I'm saying? Most of the women are voting more for democratic situations. Like we always said that, you know, in today's society, it seems like women are going more liberal and men are going more conservative, period, all the way down to our young people. So, you know, it just is what it is. But my trope is, you know what I'm saying? I'm still pissed at these black men out here that are voting like this. This is continuance of destroying the black community. I don't care who likes it or not. This is a continuance of this period, just destroying the black community. Still voting for these bats out here, and it's not going to go any longer. Thank God for the rest of the country that came and got on board and was not going to tolerate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the rest of the country.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
For saving it, for helping to save it, because I don't know, my black people, yeah, they're losing their damn minds out here, and they still went and voted for the bats, the Demobats and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so we're about to ride off into Dingbat time. Let me get my intro to Dingbat time together. Here we go.
Oh!
Yes, please relax yourself and understand that you need to. So, all right, we're in Dingbat time right here. I got a lot of things going on in Dingbat time tonight. So we're gonna just jump right into it. Here we go.
Did not lose this election because she's a woman. She lost this election because there were American families sitting there telling her how they couldn't afford to put food in their fridge, and her solution was to bring out Meg Thee Stallion to twerk on stage alongside just about every single one of P. Diddy's friends to endorse her. She lost this election because there were Americans who lost everything in an absolutely horrific hurricane, and she sat there telling them that $750 should be enough for them if they even qualify, while simultaneously funding illegals staying in five-star hotels in New York City, receiving 3 meals a day provided to them by taxpayer dollars. She lost this election because she sat there talking about how anti-racism she was, while simultaneously blaming straight white men for just about every single problem this country has. Isn't it funny that if you demonize a group of people long enough for merely existing, they might not want to vote for you? American politics has changed forever. You will no longer be able to sit there and bully Americans into voting for you. It won't work. Unfortunately, our politicians on both sides seem to forget that they are actually public servants. They answer to the public, not the other way around. And they need to get behind that. They need to understand that, and they need to change and reform their policies to fit what the public is saying, or they will get left in the dust, as Kamala learned the hard way yesterday.
Yes. Prime example. Real talk. And we're diving off into it, man. And see, this is the sickening part about it. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's on the internet losing their damn minds, talking out the side of their neck. Oh my goodness, what happened? Why did the Democrats win? What's going on here? Why can't we win? No, y'all have won long enough. It's time for America to get back together and on policies, on actual tangibles, gas, rent, all this shit need to come down. Taxes need to come down. All right, so we're going to keep going. I got a next one here. Here we go.
It's been a full week since Donald Jaquavius Trump got elected to be the president. And have you seen what's been happening around the world?
Right.
Europe is on board. They're ready to purchase oil from the U.S. Mexico didn't want any smoke. They've been telling their own people to stop crossing the border because Trump threatened them with that 25% tariffs. Golly. The Taliban just called. They don't want to be on the U.S. terrorist list anymore. Whew. Russia. Putin said we not an enemy. And they decided to change their mind about ditching that blue Benjamin Franklin, baby. They gonna stick with the U.S. dollar in Russia. Oh, and the misogynist, sexist, just appointed Susie Wiles the first woman chief of staff. She gladly accepted it. My son RFK Jr. is on the FDA neck, talking about why we got 18 ingredients inside our kids' Fruit Loops. They about to get up out of here. China called, they want peace. We know about y'all buying all that farmland around our military bases. Y'all ain't low. Bitcoin, all-time high. Stock market, all-time highs. Mayor Adams said no more lunch money for the migrants. It's a wrap, even though it's a year program anyway. Probably was just coming to an end naturally, but still. Palestinian president ready to chop it up. Shit, Hamas want to end the war now. And for those who don't know about India, they run technology. They want to have a sit down. They covered Kamala's mural in Atlanta. Now, I know it's supposed to be focusing on women's abortion rights, but if you have a problem that the federal government is no longer involved, it's up to your state now. Why don't you just move to another state? I'm gone.
Hey, listen, look,
And what the French toast is there to think about?
It ain't much to think about. It ain't much.
You can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit up. So yeah, it just is what it is out here, people. And this is the thing right here that we're dealing with. You know, we got these bats out here going crazy. Man, stop it. You know what I'm saying? And how the fuck is China allowed to buy anything over here like that? And see, this is the selling out that, you know what I'm saying, the Democratic Party been doing to our country. How is China allowed to buy any type of land over here? That's not, you know what I'm saying? They already have a consulate. I guarantee you that. I get it. You know, we all have consulates. You know, each government has a consulate on every other government's land. But, you know what I'm saying, how is China actually able to buy private land over here? But, you know, they give the citizens of America a hard time when they're trying to buy land. All right, so we're going to keep going because it's a lot right here. And we're going to dive off into a little bit of this 4B shit.
Specifically, those of you that are deciding to participate in the ever-growing popular 4B movement. I noticed something that I think a lot of you might want to know.
Uh-huh.
Your privilege is showing.
Oh, yeah.
It's really hanging out there, practically flapping in the wind, really.
Yep.
Because honestly, if a lot of you think that you're oppressed in the United States, I highly recommend that you look up the definition of oppression in the dictionary. And if that doesn't help, do look into what some women in this world actually have to go through that are genuinely oppressed, that have to worry about if they're going to actually make it to the next day or not. Honestly, I think many of them would consider what you think is oppression to be a slap in the face to what they have to go through. Oh, and by the way, those of you that have decided to shave your heads, did you really think that through? Because you're really kind of implying that a woman with no hair is unattractive. And I really hope that wasn't what some of you were implying in regards to women that actually have hair loss or are bald through no choice of their own. I would really not like to think that you're implying that those women are now considered to be unattractive. Is that the overall goal there, or did you just not think that through? Oh, and by the way, if you decided to shave your head on a whim, it's really unfortunate because you could have donated that hair to some sort of charity to a woman that actually needs it. Because honestly, right now, it seems like a lot of you are just throwing selfish little temper tantrums. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Ooh, yes.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Yes. Hold on. Hold on.
Just saying, we just gonna sit up here and be sure that we out here 304ing it up. Okay, she 304ing it up clearly, allegedly. All right, but damn them kids, they good. They gonna take care of themselves because, like I said, they think as long as the kid is alive, I'm a good mama.
And basically, that's what the women of today are saying. You know, they're out here 304ing it up, doing the thing. Oh, we're not gonna sleep with men because they voted against what we wanted. Okay, then fine. You want to go where you want to go where you want to go. But this is a new day, and we're not going no longer. I don't care what the rest of the Democratic ass men talking about. You know what I'm saying? Especially these cucked out ass black men out here sitting around here talking out the side of their fucking necks. Vance Jones, DL Hughley, Plies, all you bats out there running around here looking stupid and shit. All right, so that's Dean Bat time. We're gonna sign out.
Oh!
Yes, understand.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Relax yourself out here. Yes, it need to be a lot of relaxing going on out here, man, because these people are losing their damn minds. All right, so like I said, I got a lot going on in tonight's broadcast, and we are about to see a few things here. Hold on. We're about to see a few things here. And yeah, I'm gonna dive into a little TikTok and Twitter, and we're about to check some things out. So I'm gonna go to old TikTok first, and we're about to see what the mayor of Baltimore had to say. You know what I'm saying? Let's go here now.
It is really on my heart this morning to say that as a man, but more importantly, as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women or black people, but specifically black women. This morning, I woke up and I just gave my wife a hug because I know how heavy this is weighing on black women. And they have.
I mean, what do you mean, sir? What do you mean? How heavy this is weighing on black? What are you talking about? What's weighing heavy? The rights everybody want to talk about that's being taken away from women? What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck elected this man the leader of fucking Baltimore?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
What is, man?
They have carried this country and saved this country too many times.
Carried this and saved it from what? Saved it from all these single baby mamas, broken homes. Saved it from all this debauchery that's going on online. Saved it from all this pretty much this nakedness. All these women walk around here naked all the goddamn time. Saved it from us not having any type of stability. Saved it from what? What has women in this country saved it from? Now, I'm not saying all women, but the damn it though, it's enough of them out here doing a bunch of crazy shit. Saved it from what? What have you been saved from, son?
And continue to be the most disrespected human beings on the planet. And it, quite frankly, it disgusts me.
Disrespected how? Don't you provide for your wife? Don't you pay the bills in your household, son?
I'm thinking about the world that we're going to bring our daughter into in a few months. And I want the vice president to know that her and her team did everything right in the right way. But the unfortunate reality is that this country is still steeped in racism, sexism, and misogyny. I am personally proud of her, and I know that so many others are the same. We appreciate her tenacity, her focus, her decency, and how she handled herself throughout this campaign. And I don't want to hear anybody saying that they should have done something different. She should have been running longer. The fact is that they did everything that a campaign can do and more. But we as a country really have a lot of soul searching to do.
Oh, we as a country got soul searching to do.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
No, sir. It seems like you got some fucking soul searching to do as a damn man. What's wrong with you, boy? Hey, Baltimore mayor, what is wrong with you, son? What the fuck are you talking about? Because the real women out here, they don't want you sitting around there pandering and shit. Oh, we got soul searching to do and this and that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Soul searching what? To not delete these babies out here? To not allow all these illegals in our country? Yeah, we got some soul searching to do. This is crap out here. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem with bats and buffoons like this. And this is the reason why they got to go. And this is part of the problem of the reason why, you know what I'm saying, the Democratic Party lost this shit. Sitting around here being stupid all day. All right. We're about to keep diving. And guess what? We're about to go here now. And this is what some shit happened on The View. Of course, we all know that The View has its problems and things like that. But let's listen to this angle right here that's going on now.
Finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep.
So
and they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not.
Knock. Who's there? Oh my gosh, it's Whoopi.
Hold on here. So the thing of this is, this young lady right here, in the pink. She was speaking to facts. She was speaking to facts about what the people on the border were dealing with. Let's rewind. Let's go.
And finally, we talk a lot about these different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on.
And then you got Sonny up there. She's still screaming misogyny. And them people got illegals on the border down there. And Sonny sent her fat ass up at wherever she is, where she's she's a descendant of slave owners out here. Yeah, she's the descendant of slave owners. She sent her maggot ass up there, talking out the side of her neck, her and Whoopi and Joy Behart with no heart. Cut the crap out.
On the border. The border crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
Sexism, huh? And then you wonder why the Democrats didn't win the fucking vote. It's because you out here sign language, shame, guilt, insult, and the need to be right. Shout out to Kevin Samuels.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You spewing your venom sign language, and then you want to sit here talking about misogyny and this and that. How's misogyny? Women also voted for Trump too, so they're misogynist too. I thought the Democratic Party was so inclusion.
That was.
The lessons are not.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh my gosh, it's Whoopi.
Yeah, Whoopi that's full of shit. We're sick of you too, Whoopi. How about you Whoopi your dumb ass someplace else and go sit your maggot ass down out here? It's crazy. Whoopi. How about you go get back with Ted Danson and fix your fucking home? That's what you're supposed to do, Whoopi. Trying to talk to some damn body. We're sick of people like this. And that's the reason why the Democratic Party lost this election. Not just that. It's one of the reasons. It's multiple behind it. All right. So we're about to go here now, and we're about to see what the LGBTQ community has to say about this election. Okay. And it's a lot that goes on here. It's a lot that's going on. And everybody want to sit here like the LGBTQ community is, okay, let's just see what they have to say, because I'm curious too. Let's go here now. Let's check this out.
I'm not afraid of losing my rights because I understand that Donald Trump is not interested in taking any rights away from LGBTQ adults, but rather he is ready to wage war against these adults who have been harming and indoctrinating this country's children. How about you?
Oh, me? No, I'm not worried, because when he was president, he stood up at the UN and demanded that homosexuality be decriminalized worldwide. Didn't they tell you about that on CNN? No? Oh, well, yeah, that happened. What about you?
I'm not afraid for my gay rights because Trump has already been our president. And last time he was our president, he had Republican control of the House and the Senate, and he still didn't do anything to our gay rights. How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about losing any rights under a Trump presidency as a gay woman. How are you going to tell me he's against gay people when he literally had a gay wedding at his own house? How about you?
I'm not afraid for my rights under Trump's presidency because President Trump appointed Richard Grenell, who became the first openly gay man to hold a cabinet level position. I wouldn't consider that taking rights away. I think that's providing opportunity where it's never been given before. How about you?
Did y'all forget that he was the first ever U.S. president to enter office? Actually, even before he was entering the office, to be pro-LGBT.
Yeah, we're good. Listen, I'm not afraid of.
Now, I got to ask these questions out here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're on the bottom line here, and this is the bottom line. These questions need to be asked and answers need to be had. Now, I thought all gay people was just sitting around here, Trump bad, this and that, whoop the woo. This is crazy. And see, when you lack the power of information in your life, you end up being stupid. Hold on, right here. because I want to see what this first lady had to say right here. Hold on.
Listen, I'm not afraid of losing my rights because I understand that Donald Trump is not interested in taking any rights away from LGBTQ adults, but rather he is ready to wage war against these adults who have been harming and indoctrinating this country's children.
Who have been harming and indoctrinating this country's children. And that's what they're doing. Come on now. So, I guess, I guess all gay people is just, they're not, they're all Democrats. They, they're stupid. They don't understand what's going on. They're scared for their lives. They're scared for their rights. I guess they're scared. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess all gay people are scared for their rights out here. This is crazy. All right. So yeah, it is what it is on those facts, man. This is wild out here. This is wild out here. Shout out to everyone.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah. Get down in them comments and let me know where y'all at. Get down in the comments. Let me know where y'all at out there. All right. So we're about to keep going. And I want to show something next that of course, is not being shown a lot and things like that. Hold on, my board messing up on me a little bit here. Y'all give me a second. All right. So we're about to go here now. We're about to see what the fuck up with FEMA. Because FEMA's losing its mind. And that FEMA's being highly disrespectful. Let's go here now.
The incompetency of Joe Biden was hurricane relief and FEMA's reaction, right?
Yeah.
And Joe Biden was in charge, but Kamala Harris was running, and there was there was an avoidance of wanting to talk about how significant the impact is on so many communities based on two hurricanes. Now, according to the Daily Wire, this is a staggering story. FEMA officials, so which should be helping everybody, directed hurricane relief workers in Florida to avoid certain homes that had Trump signs in their lawn. Okay, here's the report according to the Daily Wire. A FEMA supervisor told workers in a message to avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvassed Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid. Internal messages viewed by the Daily Wire reveal. The supervisor, Marnie Washington, relayed this message both verbally and in group chat used by the relief team. Multiple government employees told the Daily Wire. So now hurricane relief also politicized.
Yeah, no question. And by the way, there was already outrage that so many FEMA funds had been raided to give to illegal immigrants. And so obviously people are saying we gotta take the politics out of something as essential as emergency relief. I mean, this is insane. And by the way, the FEMA spokesperson has a statement. FEMA helps all survivors regardless of their political preference or affiliation, and we are deeply disturbed by this employee's actions. While we believe this is an isolated incident, we've taken measures to remove the employee from their role and are investigating the matter to prevent this from happening ever again. The employee who issued this guidance had no authority and was given no direction from anyone to tell teams to avoid these homes. And we are reaching out to the people who have not been reached as a result of this incident. Will, I mean, I'm surprised.
Okay, so FEMA trying to do cleanup work low key, but the damage has been done.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
The damage has been done. The information was put out there that, so as a FEMA worker, you're not supposed to help a person that has a Trump sign in their yard or that, you think is supporting Donald Trump in this election. And see, this is part of the problem, the reason why the Democrats are losing out here. Seriously. It's crazy. But it's their own goddamn fault. People are sick of them and sick of their bullshit. Now, it's a whole division because right now, under this situation, FEMA is still under the thumb of the Democratic Party. A lot of these people, everything is still under the thumb of the Democratic Party until they actually hand it over to Trump in January. So And this is wild right here. Now, those people had to go through all that shit right there. Kamala brought her faggot ass out talking about, we got $750 for you, but you got to get online and sign up for it. And then half the people was online talking about they barely qualified. They didn't even qualify for the shit. The information's out there. Yeah, people were talking about they didn't even qualify. Well, after they actually got the electricity back to get online and stuff like that, they didn't even qualify for it. What the hell is that?
Surprised that, I mean, you see lots of agencies getting politicized. This is one you really wouldn't expect.
Well, it's not just, to me, it's my focus is less on FEMA and more, I would imagine this is the case in every government agency. And what it does is show the depth of the cancer inside of our government, and that you have to root out politicization at the highest levels, for example, the DOJ, but you have to also understand there's a bureaucracy under every one of these state departments where you have, you know, foot soldiers who behave in the same manner as Merrick Garland. Right. And in order to really reform the bureaucracy, I actually think you are going to need like Elon Musk walking through the lobbies of Washington, D.C. with a sink in his hands. He's going to have to sit there with the Department of Government Efficiency and cut it down to the size you could drown it in a bathtub. Otherwise, this is where we are now.
That's the challenge. That, to me, is one of the most interesting things about how this will play out. So Elon Musk fired 90% of Twitter, turned it into X because he had to change the culture. It doesn't work that way with government. It just, you wish it could. I remember...
Well, you can, though.
You can. You just have to do it on a certain process, and you got to be dedicated to doing it and demonstrating how to do it.
Well, the first thing you have to do is take out the unionization of federal employees so that they're fireable. Absolutely. And I also heard that, and by the way, Vivek...
That is a massive task. We did that at the VA when we were running out at just the VA, and they refused to use it inside the VA. Yeah. So the government bureaucracy then fights back and says, okay, we have this tool, but we're not going to use it. And they certainly don't. I mean, it's the fight worth having. That is the fight to have.
It is the most important fight. And the other...
I would be equally pessimistic just because based upon our history and the size of this thing. I think the only thing that gives me some inspiration, well, there's two things. One, the involvement of Elon Musk. I think that is incredibly big. And the second is to see some model of it in Argentina with Javier Milei. I mean, he has actually cut down government when it's hard to find an example on the world stage. There is actually one in Argentina.
Yeah. And they have seen, by the way, a decrease in their inflation rates, like at this astounding rate, just since he took office. So these things can be turned around. The other thing that Donald Trump said just this week, I believe, he said, we're going to move some of these agencies to other states. That's a really amazing way to make sure that it's not just these really liberal DC suburb kind of people that are populating the bureaucracy. Get it out, decentralize, make sure that these agencies are representative of the people. And I think that would help to get them depoliticized. It's an amazing idea.
Love that.
Right. It is what it is. I'm all for it.
What the French toast is there to think about?
I'm all for it. Yes. Move some of these situations around out here. Move some of these things like that. Move them around, especially what we saw on the map here. Hold on. Especially what we saw on the map. Move some of that shit to maybe Texas. You know what I'm saying? Nevada. You know, hell, at the end of the day, if you got a proper place in goddamn Montana, move that shit to fucking Montana. You know, hell, real talk, shout out to Mississippi. I don't care what y'all say. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Not necessarily there right now, but you know what I'm saying? I'm from Mississippi. Move some of the things there. Real talk. It is what it is out here. Real talk. All right. So we're going to keep shit going. And shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like, share, subscribe button for me. Thank you so much. I certainly will appreciate it. You know, because, it's crazy out here. It's crazy. All right. So we're about to go here now. And we're about to check this out. And this is this 4B shit. So let's see what's going on with these chicks out here losing their damn minds. And this has made it to national news. The 4B movement has made it to national news. So let's go here now.
President-elect Trump's victory already setting off a viral storm on social media.
Start by taking back your power. It's time for action.
Some concerned women now taking radical steps. You may have seen it. Talk of the 4B movement gaining steam.
4B movement. The 4B movement. The 4B movement.
So what is it? Actually, a fringe feminist campaign from South Korea. The 4Bs, Korean for 4 no's, no marrying men, no giving birth, no dating men, and no sex with men.
There's so much pressure in South.
Do y'all understand how selfish and stupid these women are doing? Do you understand how much this will destroy life itself because of the selfishness of modern women? This is ridiculous because they can't get their way. We've pacified women in our society to such a high degree to where they think that, say, well, we're not going to give birth. We're not going to do this. We're not going to marry. We're not going to do anything. They don't even care about children. So I don't want to hear no dumbass shit about women having all this femininity and having all this love and women are these flowers and all this crazy crap. The majority of women don't care about humanity. I said it. The majority of women don't care about humanity. They don't care about themselves. They don't care about their bloodlines. They don't care about nothing. And we supposed to respect that?
There's so much pressure in South Korea for women to have kids, and women felt extremely undervalued.
Right. That's what we're supposed to do in life. We're supposed to reproduce. Or it's so much pressure for women to have children. We've been doing this for 40, hundreds of thousands of years. This is what we do as human beings. How dare you get in your selfish ways and things like that? But I'm not necessarily just all the way blaming women. I'm blaming these men too out here.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
We've allowed this to go on as men on the planet, knowing that we're supposed to actually be reproducing and making sure that the planet thrives and the human race thrives throughout this particular side of the universe. See, nobody thinks about that.
So they have sort of banded together to not kind of give into these societal pressures.
South Korea has the world's lowest fertility rate. Now, Google searches for 4B surging to record levels in the U.S. as one of its top trending searches in the last 48 hours.
I've been waiting for everybody else to catch up to speed for a while.
Alexa Vargas says she stopped dating men 2 years ago.
They like to keep us around for sexual pleasure, and they like to get married and have kids to have this family man sort of image. But really, a lot of men don't value us.
Her TikTok.
That's a damn lie. See, because she out here was having fucking hot girl summers, dating the wrong type of men, or dealing with the men that she is over, that she has lust for. I put it that way. Because we give women, excuses to escape their decisions. Oh well, it's hypergamy, dating up, this and that. Bullshit. The bitch just lusting after the dude. That's all it is. It's just fucking lust. And now she disappointed because her lust factor didn't work out for her. Now well, all men are bad. No, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You just lusted after a certain type of dude out here and you got your fucking results.
Post this week about 4B reaching more than 100,000 views.
I got hundreds and hundreds of comments on my TikTok talking about how women are wanting to participate in this movement now because of the results of this election, because women don't feel safe in this country.
My life! Adding fuel to the fire, posts from Trump-supporting provocateurs with large male audiences, like white nationalist Nick Fuentes saying, "Your body, my choice, forever." And self-described misogynist influencer Andrew Tate, facing rape and sex trafficking charges in Romania, which he denies, responding to the 4B movement saying, now you don't even need abortions. Trump's Supreme
Lord, they they had to bring up Andrew Tate.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Damn. Look at this shit. And these people are wondering why the Democratic Party didn't win a damn thing. All this shame and stuff. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be reproducing. We're supposed to be providing more humans to the planet. Man, these women in this little spirit that they're in, this shit is sickening.
Supreme Court picks helped overturn Roe v. Wade, unleashing a wave of protests nationwide. His position on abortion access has varied, but during the final stages of his campaign, saying states should decide.
Whether the women like it or not, I'm going to protect them.
The Trump campaign did not.
Right. Whether they like it or not, they have to be protected. And see, this is the point out here. This is what we do as men. It's what we do.
You own this ad food.
Whether y'all like it or not, we have to protect y'all from y'all own dumbness sometime. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, though, life has to keep going on this planet. Society has to stay having peace and things like that.
Respond to a request for comment on the 4B movement as tensions build.
And you guys think it's just internet trolls? This is a problem.
A battle bursting onto our feeds and into America's culture wars.
Emily is joining us now. And Emily, this movement obviously was already out there. You talked about its origins in South Korea here, but talk about the sort of next piece of it, where it might go in the U.S.
Yeah, Hallie, you bring up a good point. There isn't anything new about swearing off men to make some kind of statement. And in fact, you can even look back to ancient Greek plays like Lysistrata, where women swore off sex to make a statement to protest war. And there's more recent examples as well. There's the trend of going boy sober and more people turning away from dating apps. Look.
Okay, so she brought up ancient Greece. Why you think ancient Greece does not exist anymore? I'll wait. Why do you think a lot of these ancient cultures don't exist anymore? And you can call it misogyny, whatever you want to call it. But the thing of it is, when the women go rogue in society, it's a problem. Because and men are not stupid out here. Just like we need women, women need men. But at the end of the day, though, once men build society to a certain level and comfortability, now, you know, well, we don't have to do this anymore. No, what you mean? We still have to keep the world going. That's the reason why Greece don't exist anymore. That's the reason why ancient Rome don't exist anymore. All right.
Experts say, do they think that we're suddenly going to see women in droves swearing off, writing off men? No, but what we are seeing is these movements, they are finding these large communities online, and they're raising questions and concerns about reproductive freedom. They're putting that at the top of mind, gender equality, and in many ways, Hallie, that is the goal for a lot of these women. By the way,
you have gender equality. You have equality. You could go to work. You could do what you want to do. What type of equality don't women not have in the 21st century?
Yo, thank me in the morning.
That shit.
You ain't right, man. Oh, I'm right. You'll see.
What equality? You can buy homes. You can do what you want to do. You can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. You can come and go as you please. What equality do women not have? And that's the problem right here. We're sick of the games. And if you want to do this, then fine then. Get your ass on over there and do what you're going to do. But once your ass get older in life, don't sit around here whining and complaining about, well, why nobody want to be around me? Why don't nobody want to be? Because you surly. And you manipulative. And you sick in the mind.
you can find a deeper dive into this on our website, NBCnews.com, our digital team working on that.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it is what it is on that. It is what it is on that. Yeah, listen, Lord.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
This is wild out here. This is wild. And it's sad and it's disrespectful to humanity. It's sad and it's disrespectful. Hold on. Let me get some stuff together here because I got to clear some shit out. Let's clear you out. All right. So we're going to keep this thing going, people. And yes, it's sad and disrespectful. So, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get some stuff together here. Hit that like, share, subscribe button for me. And yeah. But this is where we at right here. And this is why the Democratic Party lost. Because they're fucking disrespectful. They're fucking disrespectful. Hold on. No, that ain't it. Sorry, you guys. My damn platform, well, my tabs and shit is fucking up on me. Hold on. Where you at? Hold on. What is going on? All right. Hold on. I'm having a few technical issues. Let's go here now. Let me see where I'm at. All right. Let's see. I got it back. Of what I was looking for. All right. So we're about to go here now. And we're about to see another part of the situation with the country and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? The Amish voters did their part in voting for this election. Shout out to the Amish.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Shout out to the Amish. Yeah, they weren't playing no games. Let's go here now.
Republicans are looking to mobilize Amish voters in Central PA. A local political action group says it's banking on those votes. CBS 21's Maxine Rose spoke with Early Vote Action and joins us live with Maxine, literally how officials say they are meeting the Amish where they're at. Explain.
Yeah, exactly, TJ. I'm standing off of New Holland Pike in East Lampeter Township, and I want you to take a look at this sign behind me here. It's not hard to miss at all. Now, this is just one of several ways that Republicans have tried to appeal to Amish voters, especially right here in Lancaster County. Now, Pennsylvania Director of Early Vote Action, John David Longo, he tells me there are other things that the organization is doing to help get more isolated voters like the Amish get to the polls. For example, he said Early Vote Action has organized ride shares and carpools. But what's key to getting their vote, he said, is meeting them where they're at, as you said, TJ, and speaking to them about things that matter most to them.
And those things, of course, are faith and family and the ability to practice freedom and do business. You take a look at things like what happened with Amos Miller and his sale of raw milk and some other produce. And he was shut down by the state, of course. And that in and of itself is the epitome of what I think the MAGA movement is against. It's against big government. It's against bureaucratic red tape. And those things resonated with the Amish.
Longo says Pennsylvania will also be able to, quote, close the gap at the polls this year when it comes to the Republican vote with the help of Amish voters. For reference, former President Donald Trump lost to President Joe Biden in Pennsylvania by more than 81,000 votes. Now, could that be enough? Well, tonight we'll be speaking with voters about how they feel this could impact the 2024 election. Back to you.
So, yes, we got the Amish out there. Like it or not, these are people that are part of our community. We don't hear from a lot and things like that. They're a part of the United States. Everybody don't hear from the Amish a lot and things like that. And these are facts. But yeah, they're a very huge community. Pennsylvania, all that type of stuff. That's the reason why Pennsylvania went red. It's because of the Amish. They wasn't playing no fucking games out here. They didn't try to lose their country to illegals and the Democratic Party talking out the side of their damn neck out here. Trying to be fake all the time and stuff like that because they trying to get because the Democratic Party has their own hidden agendas and things like that and trying to get their millions together and stuff like that. Man, please. It's the citizens of this country that actually elected Donald Trump. It's the citizens. And people were sick of the games. People were sick of people are sick of the damn games. We're sick of the games. All right, hold on. We're going to keep going here. And yes, I want to go here now. Let's check this out. Let's see what's going on with Vance Jones, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Vance Jones talking about, Harris last minute message for black men and shit like that. This shit is crazy. And see, this is the type of shit I be talking about, especially with black men voting the way that they voted. This is crazy right here. Look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? Black men, 79%. What is wrong with y'all, man? You're supposed to be leaders. But, AKA supposed to be. All right. Let's go here now. Let's check this out.
We're also hearing from sources inside these campaigns, including some that are telling us, aides and advisors, that they are privately urging, some may call it begging, Donald Trump to stay on message in the final day of his campaigning. Let's check in on the Republican ticket and see how that's going.
Mike's been through a lot, but he could fight. Let me tell you, that guy could fight. But can you imagine Mike? Oh, he says, put Mike in the ring with Kamala. That would be interesting.
The citizens of this country are not garbage for wanting to be able to afford groceries and a nice place to live. But in 2 days, we are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
Those two messages there from Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And my political panel is here with me. And Kristen Soltis Anderson, I should note, we just heard from Joe Rogan, who did an interview today with Elon Musk for his podcast. And he tweeted, "The great and powerful Elon Musk, if it wasn't for him, we'd be effed." He did not censor the word. He said he makes what I think is the most compelling case for Trump that you'll hear, and I agree with him every step of the way. For the record, yes, that's an endorsement of Trump. Between a Joe Rogan endorsement coming in the final hours before the election and what you just heard from Trump and Vance out on the trail today, what do you make as a pollster of this final message that we've heard from the Republican ticket that has been struggling to get women voters to their side?
Well, they're trying very much to make sure that young men in particular turn out. This is a group that the Trump campaign has really doubled down on. Republicans have struggled with young voters for almost 2 decades at this point, and Trump has really made a very intentional effort to try to turn that around at least halfway with young men, knowing that young women have flocked very heavily to Kamala Harris. And so,
Right. And that's the point. Trump doubled down on trying to get young men and also other men on board with the actual message, as he's supposed to. If you want to be a man in this country and you want to have stability and you want to have, your finances straight, the economy, things like that, the economy makes a man. If the economy's bad, nobody lives good. So all these women sitting out here, well, we want a man that make $100,000 a second and things like that. Well, yeah, the economy need to be good for a man to do that.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
We can't have all this bullshit. We can't have our government giving illegal migrants money and shit like that to come over here and live in high-priced hotels and feed them all day. We can't have the economy messed up from the proxy wars and stuff like that. We can't have the economy messed up when we sitting around here and all this dumb shit. And shout out to the fact that at the end of the day, though, regardless of how hard these chicks are screaming, and I'm going to tell y'all something, you ain't finna get them student loans fixed at all.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Deal with it. Pay your student loans, women. Pay your fucking student loans. And actually, add on to the economy like you're supposed to be doing. The delusions is over. Pay your fucking student loans.
So while we're out of the persuasion phase of this campaign, to the extent that young men are a hard group to turn out, anything, I guess, can help in the final closing day.
Yeah, Shermichael, how do you see it as a Republican?
Look, I think there are a lot of young men who feel dislocated from the broader society, whether that's economically, whether that's in terms of education, whether that's in terms of what their role should traditionally be. It was once upon a time, you were a man, you graduated from high school, maybe you learned a trade and got some skills, you got married, you took care of your family, and people believed that they were happy. That's not the case for many young men today of all ethnicities, not just white young men we focus a lot on, but all young men. And so I think the Republican message of traditionalism, wanting to provide some level of economic advantage to men is appealing to many who find themselves dislocated. And I think Trump's message on that appears to have been effective. We'll find out for sure tomorrow, but I think that's why the resonance is there.
Yeah, but Van, it's just interesting given who you're seeing Trump appear on the campaign trail with in the final stop. He brought Megyn Kelly on stage just a few moments ago. Obviously, that's someone he was trashing actually not that long ago. We never saw Nikki Haley come out on the campaign trail with him, even though she made clear, she was willing to do so. And we know that she had power with voters in key constituencies in places like Pennsylvania.
Trump is petty white. He's just petty, petty, petty. Won't let Nikki Haley come out. She's trying to help him. He doesn't want her help. And he'd rather win on vengeance and macho and all this sort of stuff. So
why does he have to be petty? Why did he have to win on vengeance and macho and all this type of crap? Vance Jones, listen, look, son, you are on the internet as a grown-ass man crying, talking about Kamala sent black men a fucking love letter. You're crying as a grown man on the internet. But you want to sit here and talk about Trump. He probably had something else that he needed Nikki Haley to do. But, man, come on, man.
When he gets in office, if he does get there, he's got a mandate to completely to stay nasty. On this point about young men, though, you say we're past the persuasion stage. I wish that were true. On the doors in Philadelphia, on the doors in Detroit, people are still in the fight to persuade young Black men to come out. And the actual message that's working on the doors is Kamala Harris wants to lift you up. Donald Trump wants to lock you up. Kamala Harris has plans to get you a job, to get you help with housing, get you help with your next kid. Donald Trump wants to get stop and frisk back in place to put you in jail. He wants blanket immunity for cops to make sure that you can get beat up and nothing can be done about it. Kamala Harris wants to lift you up. Donald Trump wants to lock you up. Now, we've just
Lies. All lies. And see, this is the point right here. This is what the Democratic Party is not understanding. This is what they're missing out here. Is that we have the internet now. We have an unlimited amount of information that are feeding people every damn day. Now, some people are choosing to actually watch certain things. Some people are not, and that's their fault if they don't want to gain information from both aspects. But you have to look at both sides. You have to gain information from both ends of the scale. You can't just be one-sided on the damn scale and think that you're right. Now, he talking about, you know what I'm saying, Kamala was talking about this 25,000 and giving Black men marijuana and all this type of dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Things that we didn't ask for. Kamala in the Democratic Party, period, did not come and specifically ask Black men what tangibles did they need or wanted. And I'm just saying, just specifically for the Black men right now, she didn't ask that. She just decided they just came up out of the side of their neck and they're just going to give us something. No, you're not just going to keep giving us things. Like I said before, previously in other broadcasts on YouTube and TikTok and all the broadcasts that I do, we are no longer under the thumb of Black women. We're no longer under the thumb of Black women. Black women no longer control Black men. They've been telling us for 50 fucking years now that they don't need us. So we've digressed and we've set back and we're making our own decisions now. Now, it may not be the majority and things like that, because if we look on the map, like I showed you guys, yeah, we still have the majority of Black men voting blue. But the thing of this is they have no choice anymore. Those Black men that voted blue this term, they have no choice but to fall in line with the other men. And if they don't, they will fall to the wayside. And I'm talking to the men out here right now. You will fall to the wayside, son. You will goddamn go. Happy wife, happy life, that shit is gone.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's over with. It's time to get our communities back together. It's time to get some actual structure going on here. Instead of seeing all our Black women on stage shaking it fast for the Democratic Party.
Discovered that is a breakthrough message in the past 72 hours. Don't forget, we had 100 days here to put together a whole campaign. So persuasion is happening right now. If you know some young African Americans who don't know if they're going to vote, Kamala Harris wants to lift them up. Donald Trump wants to lock them up.
I love a direct to camera always on election eve.
Donald Trump wants to lock them up. If you a Black man and you out in the streets and you doing some stupid shit and you doing some illegal stuff, then yeah, you deserve to get your ass locked up.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And for the record, I've been there. I've ran the streets. I've done the thug thing. I did all that. But never did one time I sat around here as a grown-ass man trying to play the fucking victim card like Van Jones trying to present. I knew what I was doing in the streets. I knew it was a possibility that I could get locked up or catch charges or anything like that. I was sitting around here under some fucking delusion. Like I'm a damn broad out here. Talk about, well, he wants to stop at frisk. Okay, then. Yeah, it's criminals out here. Yeah, it is what it is. If you're not in the streets doing anything stupid, your risk of being harassed by the police, quote unquote, or being locked up, it lowers. Vance Jones talking out the side of his neck.
Jamie, though, I should know, and Donald Trump, we just showed him speaking a few moments ago. He has been on stage for 2 hours now. He still has to fly to Grand Rapids, Michigan, has one more rally to go. That's going to be going late into the evening. But you've been doing reporting inside the Trump campaign on the messaging and also hearing from the Harris campaign on their strategy going into these next crucial 24 hours.
So, look, it's your reporting about what's going on inside the Trump campaign. And the campaign has been worried about all of these things that he's been saying since Madison Square Garden. I just want to say that I remember in 2016 when that man over there, we had grab him by the whatever, and everybody thought Hillary was going to win. I don't know that what Donald Trump is doing is going to lose him the election. Let me put it that way. The Harris campaign is cautiously optimistic, but they are also honest enough to say, we don't know. Right. They are also not sleeping. Right. The amount of binge watching of Netflix that is going on until 2 a.m, as far as I can figure out, they are, caffeine, Emily in Paris, and some vibes. That was the word one person said to me.
Okay, they talking out the side of their neck. Listen, look. And this is the reason why the Democratic Party lost. Because they're all talking at the side of their damn necks. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous out here. This is ridiculous. All right. Definitely Vance Jones. Crazy ass shit. All right. Hold on here. We're going to keep going. Hit that like button out there for me. Like, share, subscribe. Whether you're here with me or on the playback, you know what I'm saying? Real talk. All right, so we're about to check some stuff out here. I want to go here now as well because the Amish people had to say what they had to say. We're going to see what the Native American people had to say. You know what I'm saying? Because, the thing of this is we don't see a lot of the Native American people speaking, and we also didn't see a lot of the Amish. We don't see a lot of the Amish people speaking, but these are individuals. These are societies. These are cultures that are a part of our American life. And yes, they're actually voters, and they spoke, and they were part of the reason why that the majority of the country went red. So yeah, obviously, Trump was disrespecting the Latino community and all this other. Okay, then let's go here now. Let's see what they have to say. Let's see what the Native Americans have to say. Here we go.
Large part from a growing support of minorities, and that included Native Americans. In fact, 17 Native American majority counties went red this election. And get this number blew me away. 65% of Native Americans voted for Trump. Joining me now with his thoughts is Myron Leiser, former vice president of the Navajo Nation. Myron, so great to have you on today. I have Native American family, and I can just attest anecdotally that people that always voted Democrat voted Republican and for Trump, from their reservation. So it's fascinating to me. Why don't you lay out what you think was different in this election? Why did Native Americans vote red?
I think it was a long time coming. And good morning, Rachel. Thank you for having me. And happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there. Sure. We appreciate this. I think it was a long time coming. Ever since 2016, there has been a movement to, get more Native American voters out there to study the issues, be educated, and to vote accordingly. And so this was a culmination, but certainly we're not done. There's still a long ways to go. We're not going to just let it all wane, one and done and let it go. We got to work just like the Democrats do feverishly until the next election cycle. So I think it was really just reflective of the outreach that was done. We have a lot of people pitching in, not only Navajo and Native Americans, but also non-Native people. It was just a time. I think it was a culmination of the time, the issues, the problems in Indian country, and the outreach. So that's really how you see this play out.
So the top issues for Native Americans, I imagine, obviously the economy. They're rural, so a lot of them. So gasoline prices are a big deal. What else?
Oh gosh, the economy is one. I think the foreign conflicts. I think our Native American young ones, the people. It's been shown in the past, ever since our Navajo code talkers in World War II. Our people would enlist early if there was a foreign conflict, a war. Our people would readily defend the motherland here, readily, more than any other people group, ethnicity out there. And so I think foreign conflicts and the threats of the wars looming really activated our people. We don't want our children to have to go to some faraway land and fight. The economy definitely really is something that I think is really needing to be addressed. High prices on food and gasoline. Our elders can't afford those.
Yeah.
It's so long to travel to a grocery store from our homes.
Sure. Yeah. Can I ask you really quickly, how much of this had to do, I mean, obviously the issues are so important, but how much did the personality of Donald Trump, his persona, play with Native American populations and their willingness to trust him with this election?
I think he's so different. He's not a politician per se. We've had a lot of people do entertain candidates at any one time, any one election cycle, to entertain the Native American vote, but it's spot duty. I think only recently, as of the last 5 decades, the Democrats have really pinpointed the Native American vote, and I kind of challenge that because I look around my reservation that I live on, Navajo Nation, and some of the other nations that I went to visit while I was in office as the vice president. It's like we really need a lot of help. We're using the federal term for our communities, disadvantaged communities. Something's got to change, and so I think that really showed up this election as well. And President Trump, again, he's not a politician; he's a businessman and well established in his own right. I think he brought a fresh vibe, a fresh vision, so to speak. I think Indian country could stand to learn about all of his methods, his tactics, and kind of carve out a niche opportunity for him to help Indian country. And I know, we got to overcome all the rhetoric, we got to overcome all the divisive points, and really look at the true substance of any one issue and find out if President Trump is the man for the hour.
Myron Leiser talking to us about one of the most surprising and fascinating aspects of this election, Indian country, as you call it, voting for Donald Trump by 64%. Remarkable. We'll see if there's some appointments.
64%. And this is just facts. Shout out to the Native Americans, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't hear from the Native Americans that often. Like I said, also, we don't hear from the Amish people that often and things like that. But they were deciding factors in Trump winning this election. Everybody's sick of the games. The majority of the country is sick of the games. I don't care what state you're talking about. I don't care. The majority of the country is sick of the Democrats' games. And that's the reason why the Democratic people lost. It's over with. We're sick of the illusions. We're sick of the disrespect as people. As hardworking people. Obama came out here talking out the side of his fucking neck. Talking out the side of his neck. Oh, well, as I'm just feeling some type of way that, as you know, I think as black men, you just don't want a woman in power. Well, you know, black women have always, you know, been the this and that for the community and this and that. Well, if y'all haven't incentivized black women to turn their backs on us, black men would still be running their households en masse, and they wouldn't be cooked out like fucking Vance Jones and all them other motherfuckers out there, DL, Applies, all them motherfuckers. Mama. Mama. I'm just mama. Mama. They'd be fucking men. Money don't make you no man. Man make the money. So all right. Let's keep going out here. Real talk. Shout out to all my subscribers out there. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's ridiculous. It is sickening. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why the Democratic Party lost this shit at a tremendous rate. Trump won the popular vote, all this type of crazy stuff, because these people out here done lost their damn mind. They done fucking lost it. It's crazy. And thank God they're losing it. All right. Let's see here now. We got a few more to go, baby. You know what I'm saying? Get down in the comments. Talk to me out there. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. I do talk back. Get down in the comments. Talk to me. I do talk back. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. All right. Hold on here. Because I got a few things. Because we're going to see how hard the Democratic Party, they're starting to turn on each other. And they're blaming each other for the bullshit, which, you know, they should. They should be blaming each other. They should. You know, because it's their motherfucking fault that they set out here and was on this stupid shit, pushing all this type of stuff. And I've showed y'all recently, you know, hell, even, you know, all the American citizens is over this crap. Hold on. I want to pick the right one. All right. Let's see here now. We're about to go here. All right. Let's go here now. So let's see what's going on, because a lot of the Democrats, of course, they're blaming Joe Biden. You know, I mean, you know, old Sleepy Joe out here. Yeah, they want to blame him. So, you know, we're going to break this down. Let's go here now.
The blame game has begun.
Democrats now pointing fingers on what went wrong. Many Democrats are pointing the blame directly at President Biden.
The president is taking heat for not dropping out earlier.
I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you.
Today, after he addressed the nation from the Rose Garden, a reporter shouted, "Mr. President, what went wrong?" Biden loyalists are blaming Nancy Pelosi, who was spotted at Kamala Harris's concession speech, for pressuring him to bail out. But others disagree.
Joe Biden could not have won this race. He had a very low approval rating, and people lost confidence in him. Biden would have done, you know, worse than her.
Some are pinning the blame on actor George Clooney, Oprah, and Michelle Obama.
All these celebrities.
ESPN host Stephen A. Smith says they're out of touch with regular Americans.
Letting them.
Now, hold on here, Stephen. Hold on. Now, if you stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? I got Stephen A. Smith too. We gonna get to him. even though he brought up right now, you know, we're gonna get to him too, seriously, because I got it brought up. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come to the broadcast room too. But this the thing here, Steven. When you just on your rampage too for Kamala, and see, it's the back and forth for me. It's the disrespect for me. It's you sitting around here, you know what I'm saying? All y'all sitting around here pointing fingers. Oh, it's Biden's fault. Oh, it's Kamala's fault. Or it's this or that fault. Hell, you know, it's Michelle's fault. It's all them motherfuckers' fault.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
You damn right. It's all y'all fault too. You fucking celebrities coming out here talking out the side of your neck, diving off in politics, trying to get a fucking paycheck. Okay, I get it. Yeah, get your money, but at the end of the day, though, too, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't help to do shit but tank this motherfucker. And I'm glad they came out and did that. I'm glad they came out and started to unlift the veil over the American citizens' eyes. I'm glad they came out and started to, you know what I'm saying, pretty much warn people about what was going on through subliminal messages and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, she's this and that. Woo to woo. We know she ain't shit. We know she wasn't shit. The whole Democratic Party at this point started, they're not shit right now. Obama, you look, well, you're a misogynist man if you don't want to vote for a woman. You know what I'm saying? No control over his damn wife. Well, you know, you ladies need to come out here and vote, regardless of what your husband say or do or whatever, you know, breaking up homes and shit. Breaking up homes. But her and Barack go back to Martha's Vineyard and they live good with their 2 daughters. Man.
Them know you ain't worth a damn unless you vote the way we say you should vote. Who's going to go for that?
Kamala's voters are still processing the loss today. Her stepdaughter, Gen Z fashion influencer Ella Emhoff, was photographed in tears. We are all going to get through this. It just blank hurts like a blank right now.
Hold on. Stepdaughter. Kamala Harris never had any children of her own. And the whole thought process and the whole situation about life on this planet is to have children. That's the reason why overwhelmingly the country did not want a party in office that was for deleting life. The genocide of the situation is truly disrespectful. If you lay down, regardless, marriage or not, because we know how we roll in this country out here. If you lay down and a seed is baking in a woman's oven, she has no right to delete that. Where is the rights for the unborn children out here? Where's the rights?
What the French toast is there to think about?
But we want to sit here and talk about, well, the rights of the mother and stuff like that. When she laid down, and I am not talking about anything egregious. You understand that? I'm not. Anything egregious or illegal. It's disrespectful and unhonorable with no honor in it. And you know what I mean. Or if a woman has a serious health issue, and that's the only way that she as a human can survive and things like that because of that medical issue, I get it. But those things don't happen in the mass numbers that we know that these women are out here trying to actually use this particular AB situation for.
Just saying, we just gonna sit up here and be sure that we out here 304ing it up, okay? She 304ing it up, clearly, allegedly, all right? But damn them kids, they good. They gonna take care of themselves because, like I said, they think as long as the kid is alive, I'm a good mama.
I'm not talking about anything egregious. I'm talking about real life, you know what I'm saying, adult thought processes. And you want to sit here, you know what I'm saying, these women out here, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with who they want to sleep with, things like that. And that's the right. You know what I'm saying? Right, fine. They will also want to sit here and like somebody's taking away their rights. No. We can't have in our country the genocide of innocent children. We can't have that type of blood on our country. We can't have it. I don't care who like it or not. Our country will diminish quickly and very badly if we allow these women to have that type of overwhelming situation to just, you know, delete innocent children because of the mistakes, or not even mistakes, because of the decisions that you as a quote unquote adult, or you think that you're an adult, is making.
Right now. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump is already launching the transition process, considering who to appoint to the top jobs in his new administration. For Chief of Staff, he's said to be considering former Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy.
Susie, come, Susie. Come here, Susie.
Or his campaign manager, Susie Wiles, who's getting credit for Trump's decisive victory. CBS News reporter Olivia Rinaldi is in Palm Beach.
Susie is very well liked within the Trump camp, and she certainly delivered him that victory on election night. She's a little bit of a shy person.
Mike Pompeo is apparently in the running to return as Secretary of State, a job that could also go to Florida Senator Marco Rubio.
I'm going to work with the Trump administration, whatever capacity they feel is best. I'm not presumptuous to say they're going to pick me.
And we're seeing new video today of Trump celebrating his victory at Mar-a-Lago with his attorney, Alina Habba, as she sings along to the song, Trump Won.
He even got a woman attorney. But, I guess Trump hate women. Yeah. Trump hate women. You know, he want to take away women's rights, things like that, but he got a woman for an attorney. Lord Jesus. Man, this... All right. Okay, shout out to that.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah. Shout out to that. Man, wow out here. Wow out here. And you know what I'm saying? These are the things that we're going through. These are the things that we need to understand as a culture, as a people, that, you know, this is what's happening in this election. This is what's happening. And I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad the reset is going on. I'm glad that these individuals are not able to keep this situation going. Hold on here. All right. Let's see. Yeah. All right. Let's see here now. You know what? Before we dive off into this, I'm gonna need to take me a hot break because I'm gonna need to take me a hot break. Listen, look, we're gonna do this right now. Y'all stay tuned. Comment, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seeing y'all comment, you know what I'm saying? Comment down there. Talk to me. I talk back, people. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, show me some love out there. Definitely hit that like, comment, share button. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. We'll be right back.
Tell me, JR, which slut are you going to stay with tonight?
What difference does it make? Whoever it is, it's got to be more interesting than the slut I'm looking at right now.
SHRC, that's Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, you know what I'm saying?
So what do you want?
We're going to get your name and your Instagram, we're going to get you on the Cowboy as soon as possible, you know?
You're going to get us on a cowboy?
Yeah.
This a date? Is it?
Yeah. And I'm the cowboy.
Are you a cowboy?
Of course. Howdy.
Okay. You are handsome.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Are very pretty yourselves too. You know what I'm saying? All the people that do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What
Well,
name would it be?
Sleep season.
Sleep season?
Sleep season. Yeah, that's sleep season.
So y'all
yeah.
trying
Put
to
you down real
rope us,
nice.
rope us like them cows, some baby cows and calves.
Oh, you into that bondage, huh? That
You kind of strong.
Yo, what it do? All right, we're back. And this is how it's going down. Damn it. All right. So we're going to keep it going here. Let's go here now. Let's see. All right. Let's go here and see what's going on now.
So much for unity on this Friday after an election. Trump hasn't even assumed office yet, but high-profile Democrats are vowing to fight back.
If it's contrary to our values, we will fight to the death.
If Trump comes after your freedoms, I'll be there.
You come for my people. You come through me.
If you try to harm New Yorkers or roll back their rights, I will fight you every step of the way.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result.
So fight is the word. We covered that yesterday, Guy Benson. But you think there'd be a moment of self-reflection? Instead, we get the governor of New Jersey saying, fight to the death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about the governor of New Jersey for a moment. He talks about our values. And my challenge for Governor Murphy is, what exactly are our values in the state of New Jersey right now? In New Jersey, Donald Trump only lost by about 5 points. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump won almost 2 million votes in the state of New Jersey. Last time I checked, when Phil Murphy ran for re-election and won in New Jersey, barely, he won by 3 points and got 1.3 million votes. Donald Trump got 600,000 more votes in New Jersey than the governor of New Jersey did when he ran 3 years ago. So I would humbly submit, as someone who grew up in New Jersey, that maybe the New Jersey governor
should spend more time trying to figure out why people in his state are sprinting away from his party than talking about fighting to the death on behalf of values that a hell of a lot of New Jerseyans obviously do not share.
Right. I mean, you know. let's just keep it honest out here. And this is the point right now. He's absolutely right. And this is what's going on with the Democratic Party. Them people don't want to listen. They don't want to actually take information in. The Democratic Party is the one that think that they're running things. The Democratic Party are the people that think that they're kings and queens over the United States out here.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
These people got their billions of dollars, and because at the end of the day, statistically, low-key has been shown that the Democratic Party has some of the richest people in America right now. Between the entertainers, them, politicians, all the listen, look, no. And they want to sit here and of course, and be honest with you, hold on. Of course. Why would they listen? At this point. Especially why would they listen to anybody? Everybody's been voting for them, saying we're just going Democrat. It's been so, Democrat Party for so long, they're taking the American people for granted. And that's the reason why they gave us this farce right now. They threw this broad up here, Willie Brown's ex little sex toy and shit. And then expected us to accept the dumbness out here. Real talk. The word salad, and she's getting on here, talking out the side of her neck all the time. And they just expected us to take it. Oh, we're the Democratic Party. You're going to take this whether you like it or not. Yeah, okay. All right. That's what they said. That's what they said to the American people.
Yeah. Let me share a little story about the governor of New Jersey, Phil Murphy. I was White House press secretary. It was in the heat of the pandemic. It was April of 2020. And I was in the Oval Office, and I watched Governor Murphy express thanks to President Trump for helping during COVID, sending test kits, sending swabs. He was diplomatic. He was kind. He saw at this moment a president willing to work with him at a time of national crisis. And in fact, if you don't believe me, we have proof. Watch what he said after that meeting. Listen.
This proves that it is possible to put people over politics. It's no secret that the president and I disagree on some things, but that's not going to stop me from doing everything I can to make sure that New Jersey has all the resources we need to move forward.
Martha, fight to the death perturbs me so much because he has sat across from Trump. He knows Trump worked with him, but now it's fight to the death.
So here's the problem. A lot of these individuals told people that this was going to be the last election in American history, that democracy was going to crumble if this outcome happened. So they can't
Now, for democracy, but at the end of the day, though, people, y'all need to keep in mind, real talk, we live in a republic. We live in a republic. I pledge allegiance to which it stands under the United States of America, to the republic. See, the thing of this is, once they've taken, and after my generation, they took that out of schools, the Pledge of Allegiance. They took that out of schools. So that also was a reminder of the type of country that you live in. We live in a republic for which it stands. one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
This shit's crazy.
Overnight, suddenly move away from this. So now you're hearing these governors, we're going to fight for your rights. We're going to fight for your freedoms. This is going to take a while, this process, for them to unwind. But I expect that you will see Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey, where I live, just as Guy described, start to move a little bit to the middle. The party has to be more moderate in order to win elections, and they will try to get there, I would expect, over time. And you're going to see them trying to do that, because did you see what happened in Wildwood, New Jersey in the course of this campaign? So many people in New Jersey showed up for Donald Trump. In the Bronx, in Queens, the entire map has moved red, more red, over the course of this election. So the Democrats are going to have to wake up. They're going to have to totally recalibrate. It's going to be like, they're going to try to do what Bill Clinton in 1992, get to the middle, talk about reforming welfare. I mean, all of these things need to be on the table if they're going to fix their electoral problems.
One Passaic County.
That's right.
Go look up the demographics of Passaic County.
Like Miami-Dade.
Yeah, exactly. Miami-Dade, first time since 1988. Look, I want to bring in the ever sagacious Bob Woodward. We've been dealing with left-wing activists. Let's bring in someone who's presumably not a left-wing activist, but a journalist.
Don't be afraid of a knockdown, drag-out fight, if that's what we're going to have. We've had them in the United States before. I know this, you know this, there are a lot of strong people out there who believe in the rule of law and the U.S. Constitution.
So Woodward, Kennedy, wants a fight. I'm sure he's going to do quite well writing books and tell-alls about the Trump administration from his sources. I hope not, but Woodward wants a fight.
He said some pretty vile things about the president-elect. And I think he really needs to check himself and get back to traditional journalism. And he could share those lessons with the people at MSNBC who had no problem blaming white women in North Carolina in the case of Joy Reid, and Black and Hispanic men in the case of Joe Scarborough and Al Sharpton. So maybe cool down the polemics a little bit and teach people how he won his reputation in the first place. It's certainly not by employing the hyperbole that he stumbled into over the last few years. And I think a lot of these people would be wise to be curious about the American people and ask them, why did you vote this way? Instead of assuming that they're dumb or racist.
Right. And that's the rhetoric that's going on out here. Oh, you're uneducated. Oh, you're racist. Or you're a misogynist. Or, and things like that. But, one thing I haven't heard in this particular campaign is misandry. The hatred of men.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
I haven't heard that yet. You know what I'm saying? By these chicks on The View, all these people, things like that. I haven't heard that yet. It's just a lot of, but you have the misogyny. Because, as a man, I don't necessarily want to vote for a woman. Or, as a woman, she don't want to vote for a woman. Even women are getting blamed for being misogynist too. This election is proving the fact that America is at a deep disarray. It's at a deep state of a lot of disrespect that's going on in our country. It's at a situation, it's at a point to where we need to start understanding what type of society that we're in. You're going to have to understand that a lot of these people out here are not wanting a peaceful life. They're not wanting respect. They're not wanting us to be the proper individuals on the world stage that we're supposed to be. And it's crazy. And that's just life. But we cannot allow these things. especially nowadays when we have vital situations going on here. Vital situations.
You know, that's the key point, Emily. Senator Rubio echoed the words of my mom. My mom's been texting me nonstop. What are they fighting against? 75 million Americans winning. He may win all 7 swing states. The first time in 20 years a Republican wins the popular vote. Are they fighting against the majority of the American people?
Yes, that's the answer is quite simply yes. They are fighting the will of the American people, as we've been talking about in every single demographic in every single state where data shows that the overwhelming majority of Americans in this country wanted things to be different.
Right. And that's the reason why they're crashing out here. It's a whole crash out. And you know what I'm saying? Whole crash out, whole disrespect. It is what it is, people. It is what it is.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
The Democratic Party would not accept the fact that we don't want that shit no more. We don't want the intoxication that you're pushing upon us. We don't want that delusion that you're pushing upon us. You're pushing it. The Democratic Party is acting like a fucking broke drug dealer out here. They're starving. It's like, man, you need to take this. You need to take this right now. You better take this. You better take this. And it's a no good product. They're pushing a no good product and we expect it to take it. They're trying to demand us to take this product. That's what they were doing. Real talk. People are sick of it. And the country showed it. Real talk. The country showed it. People are sick of the disrespect. The country showed it. People are sick of the delusions. The country showed it. People are sick of the mind games. And the country showed it. All right. So we're going to keep going.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
We got a lot going on here. And yeah. So, all right. Let's go here now. And we're going to see some things, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what the hell Nancy Pelosi up to. Yeah. She's one of the huge main Democrats, have been for a while. We know that the Democratic Party is like a cult and a legion out here. Real talk. And I get it. If they, it is what it is. They're like an army. They move the way that they move, and they trying to keep their money going. Let's go here now. Let's keep going.
Democratic Party today with new comments from former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi suggesting there could have been a more competitive Democratic primary had President Biden dropped out sooner.
Had the president gotten out sooner, there may have been other candidates in the race. Kamala, I think, still would have won, but she may have been stronger having taken her case to the public sooner. The anticipation was that if the president were to step aside, that there would be an open primary. And as I say, Kamala may have, I think she would have done well in that and been stronger going forward. But we don't know that. That didn't happen.
Okay.
Joining me now.
Nancy, real talk.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. No. Kamala, the outcome would have still been the outcome. It's the policies and the disrespect that the Democrats or whoever vote for Democrat and things like that are trying to imply to people. Y'all sit around here, talk about this inclusion and things like that, but when things don't go your way, you're disrespectful. Hold on. When things don't go your way, my bad. when things don't go your way, you're highly disrespectful. You make a mockery of people. And then, you know what I'm saying, you tend to judge and things like that. You call people racist. You call people names. You talk out the side of your neck, and then you think that somebody's supposed to actually want to, continue. Logical thinking people are supposed to continue with your crap. Nancy Pelosi. Yeah.
Megan Hayes, former special assistant to President Biden and former director of message planning at the White House. Good to see you, my friend. So there you heard Nancy Pelosi, and also senior advisor to the Harris-Walz campaign, David Plouffe, who appeared to take a swipe at the Biden campaign, posting on X after the election, "We dug out of a deep hole, but not enough, a devastating loss." And then he later deleted that account. Is it unfounded or pointless now for some Democrats to blame Biden for Harris's loss because he didn't drop out sooner?
I think there's a lot of blame to go around. I think that there is a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas that happened with the election starting from the primary or for, the primary season to when the president dropped out to the election results. But I don't think that does any good now. I think that the party needs to rebuild. I think we need to focus on where the electorate is at and where the future of the party goes, because Democrats are going to continue to lose elections if we don't listen to the electorate. So instead of pointing blame and fingers at each other, we should probably focus on what the American people want to see out of the Democratic Party so we can win elections.
Okay, well, one more pointing fingers here, because Axios reports Biden's camp is pointing fingers back at the Harris campaign for losing to Trump. Do you have any sense of what the post-mortem dynamics are between the Harris and Biden camps?
I think it'll be really interesting. I think the teams at the White House have always gotten along really well. When I was there, we worked really great with the vice president's team, at least in the communications department. So I think it will be interesting to see. I think that a lot of the finger pointing and a lot of the blame game is going on from the campaign side and folks that were on the Biden campaign versus the Harris campaign. But I think the White House teams, they have 10 weeks left. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to be done. I know they're a lame duck. I know that they have less power and influence now, but they still have 10 weeks left in this administration, and they need to make the most of it. And those teams need to work together.
So in your universe of coulda, woulda, shoulda, is there anything they could have done to win this election that you think they did not?
I honestly am not exactly sure. I think that the electorate gave a mandate of where they were. And I think that they didn't understand why we're sending money to Ukraine or to Israel, but we can't afford eggs and gas. And I think that we missed the mark on the messaging from the beginning. And I don't think we understood how to communicate and how to message to the middle of the country or to, everyday people who are just trying to buy groceries for their family. So I think a lot of that is a referendum on a previous administration. And then a lot of it is not being able to explain sort of some of these bigger policy ideas and why that some of these different pieces of democracy are so important.
So the Harris campaign dedicated a lot of effort to lifting up anti-Trump Republicans like Liz Cheney. But then the exit polls show that Harris only got 5% of Republican votes. It is less than the 6% Biden won, less than the 7% Clinton won when they faced Trump. Should the Harris campaign have instead focused on the Democrats who had left the party?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we missed the memo on where the electorate was. They cared more about an economic message than anything else. And they wanted to know how Democrats were actually going to work for them and be more of the party for the working class like we've been in the past. And I think that Democrats just really missed the mark there, and they focused on things that didn't impact the electorate. And again, people care that they can't afford groceries and can't afford, to go on vacation because they're spending so much money on housing because they can't afford to buy a house. It's just, it all comes down to kitchen table issues. And I think the Democrats just really missed the mark in understanding where the electorate was at.
I just can't I can't get rid of James Carville in my ear. It's the economy, stupid, right? I mean,
it always is.
Again. It always seems to be. Megan Hayes, thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Yes, it is what it is. And it is the economy. And shit, they didn't want to listen. And they didn't care to listen. And see, this is the point. Real talk. The Democratic Party did not care to want to listen to everybody's situations, to the American people. they played on this racial thing, black, white thing, all this type of crap. You know what I'm saying? We saw what happened. You know, they had all these entertainers up there, majority black entertainers. And they came up there, they're talking shit, Usher and, shit, Megan out there shaking their ass. And, it's just a lot. Beyonce out there, man, nobody's relating to these people. To be honest with you, though, the American people actually pay those people. All these entertainers and things like that, they make their money because we as American people buy their shit.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's how it goes down. And if we as the American people employ them motherfuckers, we buy their albums, we buy their clothes, products, whatever, all this type of stuff that they promote. If we, the American people, buy their shit, then the only thing that they need to do is shut the fuck up, sit down, promote the entertainment that we need them for. Real talk. Because that's all we need these entertainers for, is to entertain us. Your political thought process on an American people ought not need to be had out here. Seriously. As an entertainer, do your job what we need you to do your job for. Make your music, shake your ass, all that type of stuff like that. We don't need you talking about nothing that we got going on out here. Of course, you American citizen, vote how you gonna vote. But we don't need you influencing shit about what we're talking about what we need in this country. Because shaking ass and talking out the side of your neck, Eminem, Usher, DL, Plies, who else? It's a lot of these motherfuckers out here. This shit is crazy. George Clooney, who else? Jennifer Lopez. Definitely Jennifer. Jesus Christ. Hey, Jennifer. We know why Ben trying to get rid of your ass. He don't want to be tied up in this shit when shit hit the fan next year about the Diddy shit.
So
but that's neither here nor there.
Think about.
Y'all playing around out here. This shit is serious. Yeah, Jennifer. She up on we're in a fight. We're in a fight for, we're in a fight. A fight for what? A fight for you to stay your ass out of jail because you was providing a lot more baby oil than you were supposed to at the Diddy party? Stop it. This shit is crazy. Listen, look, man. It's crazy all the time. We're going to keep going out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button for a real one. Yeah, hit that like button, man. Cut the crap out here. All right. So I got a couple of more. Hold on. Yeah, we got this meltdown right here. Let's go here now and let's see. Let's keep it going.
Well, in our republic, voters get to make a choice, and there are always winners and.
Hold on. What Miss Faulkner just said, in our republic. I keep screaming it, and I'm gonna scream that, especially right here on Veterans Day. Our republic. We live in a republic.
Losers. Some in the liberal media felt very confident in their candidate. Others said they should have been more cautiously optimistic.
I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just
Vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on election day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
Then I would say take Harris over 270 electoral votes. Let these fools in these crypto markets do something. Let them drive the betting line into a favorable place. And
He looked like he looked Skeletor action. It's crazy out here.
take advantage of it. That's what I would do. I think she's going to win.
This month, you wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh, even more so. After America's voters spoke, well, this.
We need to really take a step back and think about what does that say about us?
People who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
I'd like to know what that says about us as a country.
I'm mystified in some ways. Who are we as a country? And we're starting to find out. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm not sure I like it.
Pete Hegseth, in focus with me now. One word comes to mind, and it's introspection. And if they don't do some, it's going to get difficult for all of us because we're here together.
No doubt. By the way, these comments are a reflex, right? If your reflex has been blame Trump and his supporters for their views, they're your problem, then that's going to be your initial instinct.
True.
The question is that next level, right? So James Carville has been warning the Democrat Party for months, for years now, hey, this woke stuff that you're peddling doesn't appeal to large constituencies who might go out and vote for Trump. So he predicted Harris, but his instinct said something else. Will he say that same thing to his party at this point? Sonny Hostin, you played that clip on The View just today, blamed directly, and this is a direct quote, uneducated white women.
Yeah.
Uneducated white women are the reason why Trump won. And one of her co-hosts actually pointed out, that's the reason Trump has the support that he has, is because you keep demeaning his supporters as if they're not capable of understanding that they feel less secure. Illegals have entered their neighborhoods. Everything costs more, and they've got foreign wars they don't believe in. So I think it is a moment for introspection. We'll find out whether they're capable of it. But a lot of brains are broken right now, Harris.
Yeah,
and so they're going to say things that they may regret tomorrow.
Yeah, Joy Reid said the same thing, blaming white women. Black women, you stood in there. I don't think that we have any idea how many people who didn't want to tell their friends and neighbors that they voted for Donald Trump. Let's be gentle on the demographics there for these two women, because you're taking down an entire race of people. And it's really odd coming from the left. Or maybe not.
Well, that's the problem, is that they look at people only in group categories, right? Identity politics says if you are X, you will vote Y. And Trump showed that, no, it's not about that. What do you believe? What creator? What do you?
And how much green do
you
need?
worship? All of those things matter more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The color that matters to everybody, the color of money, paying for groceries. President-elect Trump and his supporters celebrating a historic victory, and he will deliver a strong foreign policy. Many of our allies abroad have reached out to Trump to congratulate him, which includes Ukrainian President Zelensky and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. We understand that Netanyahu was one of the first to call him. They spoke on the phone for about 20 minutes today, and the call is known to have been warm and cordial. And then Israel's leader posted this: congratulations on history's greatest comeback, exclamation point. Your historic return to the White House offers a new beginning for America and a powerful recommitment to the great alliance between Israel and America.
So here we go. What did I show you guys earlier? What did I show you guys earlier? Hold on here. Hold on here. We're going to go here now. We're going to go here now. What was shown earlier? What did I show y'all earlier?
On their own people to stop crossing the border because Trump threatened them with that.
Hold on.
It hasn't even been a full week since Donald Jaquavius Trump got elected to be the president. And have you seen what's been happening around the world? Europe is on board. They're ready to purchase oil from the U.S.
Right.
Mexico didn't want any smoke. They've been telling their own people to stop crossing the border because Trump threatened them with that 25% tariffs. Golly.
Right.
The Taliban just called. They don't want to be on the U.S. terrorist list anymore. Whew. Russia, Russia, Russia. Putin said we not an enemy. And they decided to change their mind about ditching that blue Benjamin Franklin, baby. They gonna stick with the U.S. dollar in Russia. Oh, and the misogynist, sexist, just appointed Susie Wiles the first woman chief of staff. She gladly accepted it.
Sure
My
did.
son RFK Jr. is on the FDA neck, talking about why we got 18 ingredients inside our kids' Fruit Loops. They about to get up out of here.
18 ingredients in the Fruit Loops.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Man, y'all cut this shit out here. Let's go.
China called, they want peace. We know about y'all buying all that farmland around our military bases. Y'all ain't low. Bitcoin, all-time high. Stock market, all-time highs. Mayor Adams said no more lunch money for the migrants. It's a wrap, even though it's a year program anyway. Probably was just coming to an end naturally, but still.
Hey, listen, look out here. Listen, look. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. A whole goddamn meltdown. These people are losing it. They're losing it. And thank God that they're losing it and showing the whole damn world out here. Yes.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Yes. I'm glad that they're losing it. Hold on. Real talk.
You old fish-eyed fool.
Trump vows to end the conflict in the Middle East. Let's watch.
I will stop the chaos in the Middle East. It would have never happened again. Israel would have never been attacked on October 7th.
Right. Y'all just seen what I showed you, right? They already reneging. Russia trying to make calls. All these everybody trying to make calls now. Because at the end of the day, though, yeah, they saw how weak the Democratic Party was. Listen, look.
And I will prevent World War III from happening.
Fox News voter analysis shows more people trust Trump to handle the conflict in the Middle East. Pete.
Reestablishing deterrence. That's what we want. Trump talks often about how there were no new wars started under his watch, and they were only unleashed before and after or ended disastrously. I mean, Iran is on notice. Xi Jinping is on notice. Kim Jong-un knows that ultimately he's on notice as well. So our adversary and NATO, by the way.
And speaking of Kim Jong-un, North Korea, he recently, and I did my report, I did my broadcast on this, it's on my channel about North Korea actually sending, I think it was 10,000, maybe a little bit more troops to Russia. So we're going to see how that's going to end up. We're going to see if that's going to be reneged between Russia and North Korea sending troops to Russia. So, we got to figure that out too. If they're going to stop, if the North Korean troops are going to go back home and things like that as well.
Both Russia and NATO are on notice. He said that this is over and the alliance better step up and be capable of defending Europe. So I think the adults are back in the room. Clarity in peace through strength and what America stands for is back. We're not going to be peddling climate change to China. We're going to be talking realpolitik about what their ambitions are and what our capabilities are. And when he rebuilds the morale inside our military through recruitment and capabilities, that will be a strong signal as well. So the good guys around the world realize America's back in their corner. The enemies are recalibrating right now because they remember what Trump did. Qasem Soleimani was clear. The leader of the Taliban understood what their fate was if they messed with Americans. America is first. America is back. That means a lot of good things on the world stage.
Right.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And this is where we at. Right. I definitely agree with this shit. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need leadership in our country that's going to actually be respected around the world. In order to keep us safe, in order to keep us financially viable, in order to keep us on the world stage with our dollar being the dominant dollar around the world. We have to do these things. Respect has to be had from the other countries to us. And then everything else gets trickled the fuck down. Let's just keep this honest. There's no way America can survive, without the damn respect. And it's just life right here.
Can you talk to me just real quickly about what's happened, though, in this alignment between North Korea and Russia? North Korea putting troops on the ground against Ukraine. I'm just curious, there was some some shifting and things going on during this campaign, and you never heard Kamala Harris talk about it. North Korea in the game matters too.
Not once, Harris. Not once. Well,
Not once
She wasn't
did she.
capable of talking about it. That's the sad part. She really never had articulated a real foreign policy. This is an anti-American access brought about by weakness. What Joe Biden was capable of doing was something no one else was capable of doing, which is pushing China and Russia together. Russia then pulls buddies up to North Korea and to Iran. The BRICS countries coming together to try to suppress the dollar. They realize when the West in America is strong, communists, autocrats, dictators are weak. So they're coming together to try to counter us in a way that I don't think they know how to handle what Trump will bring to try to stop them in that approach. They know they've got a new approach coming. It's not friendly toward that new axis, but
listen, look, and this is the thing right here, people. And like I said about the North Korea sending their troops, you know what I'm saying? And we cannot allow things like that to happen because North Korea is a nuclear power. Also, Russia is a nuclear power. So that means, you know, if the war continues and it goes super sour, they have the capability to use nukes. And also at the same time, though, too, the reason why, you know what I'm saying, with the Iran situation, to where I also did my due diligence on my broadcast on the page, you know, about Iran basically sending hitmen out to, you know what I'm saying, eliminate Trump and stuff like that. Iran wants nuclear power. They don't have it yet to the degree that North Korea and Russia has it and we have it, but they want it. But Iran is so radical that we definitely cannot allow Iran to have nuclear power. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going off of the, you know, but it is what it is, though.
You got to realize it's real at this point.
Real quickly, because you have so much experience in the northern Midwest. We both have lived there, Minnesota, but also Wisconsin. What do you think about the blue wall right now? And we don't know how some of this is going to work out. They're still counting, but it didn't do initially what Democrats thought it would. Real quick thought on why.
No, looks like a blue drawbridge kind of, Harris. It looks like for Trump, they drop the bridge and say, come on in. These are working class people who work hard for a living and ultimately just want a fair shake. They want common sense and a fair shake. You and I both know these people, and they came out for Trump.
Well, it looks like we're going to finally hear from the Vice President Kamala Harris, 4 p.m. Eastern. Outnumbered next. Pete, thank you.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the end of that one.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Well, and that's what's going on, man. We got to get rid of this situation right here. We got to start actually, you know what I'm saying? We got to clear up these wars because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We don't need another world war. Definitely not in the 21st century. With all this technology, all this type of stuff, a world war is not going to work the same way that it did in World War II or World War I. And, you know, I know we have a lot of undereducated people out here and things like that, and they don't know about history and stuff like that, but history does repeat itself. And if we don't actually take the time as, you know, people on this planet to stave off certain things, we will end up in another world war. And that's the part of the fact that we're trying to get rid of now. You know, definitely with electing Trump is because we don't need the wars. And obviously, what a lot of people don't want to accept or understand is that these world leaders around the world, they respect Trump. They respect Trump.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
They respect his leadership. They respect his honor and things like that. Regardless of what, they respect Trump, man. And this is where we at. Whether y'all like this or not, they respect him as a leader. They didn't respect Biden. They didn't respect Kamala. None of that shit. That's the reason why she took her ass over to Africa and tried to push certain agendas and stuff like that, and they rejected the fuck out of her. It's about respect in the world. And most of you men need to understand that, especially you black men that voted for the Democratic Party and things like that. This is the reason why y'all lost. This is the reason why y'all got out the game. Over with. We need respect in the world, not just your fucking agendas right here in America. We got bigger problems around the world, and this is the issue. All right. Hold on. We're going to keep going because it's crazy out here. All right. Excuse me. All right. So we're going to go here now. And, this just end. So we got Tom Homan. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I think Trump just put him in place to be, you know what I'm saying, basically deal with the migrant crisis. I'm gonna go deeper in details, about the situation pretty soon. But we're gonna hear what he has to say and things like that. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Welcome back to CBS News 24/7. I'm Reed Cowan. So President-elect Donald Trump shaping up the list of leaders joining him for a second term in the White House. He announced former ICE acting director Tom Homan will take over border control. But listen to this. Homan had this to say to 60 Minutes just days before Donald Trump won the election.
I hear a lot of people say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community. Right. But on the heels of historic illegal immigration crisis, that has to be done.
What would the largest deportation in American history look like to you?
Well, let me tell you what's not going to be first. It's not going to be a mass sweep of neighborhoods. It's not going to be building concentration camps. I've read it all. It's ridiculous.
But if mass deportation is not going to be, as you said, massive sweeps and concentration camps,
there'll be concentrated,
what is it?
There'll be targeted arrest.
He was also asked by our reporter there, what about separating families? He said families can be deported together. So let's bring in Bart Jansen right now on the stream for more on this. He's the Justice Department reporter for USA Today. What more do we know about his history on these immigration policies?
Well, he was a bit of a lightning rod during Trump's first administration when he was head of ICE. He was there at the time when they had a zero tolerance policy so that even those people applying for asylum were turned away. And that's what led to that, what was called a family separation policy, because what in effect happened was if the parents were detained separately from the children, then families got separated and something like 5,000 or more children were separated from their parents. So he has been unafraid to conduct.
Okay, so I want to clear some things up here as well. Also, under Obama's administration, he did a lot of separation of families at that point.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's the reason why we have to have long memories out here, people. That's the reason why we have to have long memories. Under the 8 years that we dealt with Obama, he was the deportation chief. He was king of deportation. And this is the truth. And the thing of this is that, yes, he separated children from families and stuff like that, but nobody wants to actually deal with that fact. Nobody wants to actually deal with that situation when we're talking about that. Obama was not for all these illegals neither. By some magical situation, all of a sudden, with the Biden-Harris administration, all these illegals are just being allowed in.
conduct the strictest enforcement of immigration laws, and that's what we're expecting in this second term.
So a hardliner by many estimates. Stephen Miller also going to be a part of the Trump administration. He's also a hardliner on immigration issues. What say you about what he could do and what he could bring to realizing Donald Trump's promise to voters relative to immigration policy?
Well, Miller has been the architect and one of the most vocal advocates of what they've been calling mass deportations. There are an estimated 11 million immigrants who lack legal permission to be in the United States, and they have said they could target all of them. In more refined statements, Trump and his allies have said first they will target criminal aliens, and so deport them, get rid of them the fastest. But what's unclear to immigration advocates is that anyone who asks for asylum typically gets court hearings. Those hearings are backed up for years.
Right.
And so if they get rid of the hearing process, then that would perhaps move things more swiftly.
Bart Jansen, Justice Department reporter with USA Today. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
All right. Shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? You see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Trump trying to get things in order right here. He's got people that he's going to put in place that are not going to tolerate the bullshit and things like that. Okay, so we're going to go here now, and we're going to see the fallout of the lefties. So, yeah, it is what it is. And, yeah, we're at the, you know what I'm saying? We're breaking it down. We're breaking it down.
Lefties losing it, and we have a star-studded lineup for you tonight, from Barbara Streisand to late night TV hosts. But let's start, lefties, with the always clueless, always bitter, always delusional ladies of The View. God bless ABC for keeping this awful program on air. If it wasn't for the hosts of The View, well, I don't know where I'd get my content from some days. All the hosts are pretty awful, but some are more awful than others. Listen here as one of the less awful hosts tries to say something actually sensible and factual, but Sunny Hostin ain't having it. She just keeps screeching misogyny, sexism.
These different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep.
So-
and they were begging people to care about it for years. We
Misogyny
need to
and
take some
sexism.
lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not
Knock,
misogyny
knock.
and sexism.
Who's there? Oh my gosh, it's Whoopi.
There you have it. They're all just a pack of misogynist monsters down there, all the Latinos, Hispanics. That's what Sunny thinks. Sounds a little bit racist if you ask me. But the meltdowns did not end there. Here she attacks.
Oh, yeah. Sunny is racist. And at the end of the day, though, her and her ancestors was slave owners. You know, Sunny of The View, her and her ancestors was slave owners. Yeah, I get it why she's racist. Yeah, okay then. Sunny of The View. Shit. Yeah, I'm on her ass.
Not just Latinos, but America. The whole country is rotten, apparently.
I think the more relevant question actually is, what is wrong with America? I think what is wrong with our country? What is wrong with this country that they would choose a message of divisiveness, of xenophobia, of racism, of misogyny over a message of inclusiveness?
Oh, yes, so inclusive, so tolerant. Can she even hear herself? But Sunny wasn't done yet. The angry rant continued, and it got weirder and weirder.
Children to be shot, it's wealth to be hoarded, it's worker to be exploited, it's poor to starve, it's cops to murder.
Okay, talking about weird, I'm going to miss this woman, Gwen Walls, the wife of Kamala Harris's VP pick, Tim Walls. She would have been a rich source of material for this segment, but sadly, Harris and Walls were a uniquely terrible, inauthentic and unelectable team. Here is Gwen, however, rallying the troops after the devastating loss.
I'm not sure if you heard me.
We cannot and we will not give up this fight. That's right. Come on.
Come on, what? We ain't heard from Tim Walz's wife this whole damn election out here.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Who the hell is she to come out here and talk at the last goddamn minute? This shit is crazy out here. And that's the reason why the Democratic Party lost the damn game. They lost it. It's too much stupidity in the mix. Everybody not drinking the Kool-Aid. And some people that may take a taste of the Kool-Aid, they found that shit is fucking bitter out here. You stupid.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's over with.
That's right. We cannot and we will not give up this fight. That's right. All right, you can sit down now.
You can sit down now. I'm going to miss you, Gwen, but we're turning the page. We're turning the page.
Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page.
Do you see how? Do you see? Oh my goodness! Do you see how weird she looked? Do you see how weird Tim Walz's wife looks, man? Look at this shit. Look at it. Oh my God! Hold on, I'm trying to get that right angle. Oh my goodness! They won't give it to me. Give me the right angle. Give me the right angle. Oh my goodness. Damn it, though. Right there, right there.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Oh my goodness. Do you see how crazy she look out here? This is wild. Hey, Tim Walz. Hey, Tim. Tampon Tim, get your wife in line, bro. Get your wife. She look chaotic out here. You know, man, stop. Man, oh my goodness. This is wild.
We'll always have that. That was possibly my favorite lefties losing it moment of the year. She's a little bit terrifying, if you ask me. Now, let's check in with a couple of late night TV hosts who are not coping well with reality. Let's start with the painfully unfunny hypocrite Jimmy Kimmel, who was brought to tears by democracy, but he started off pretty cocky before the election.
Little snowflake. What a blowhard. He's a blowhard and a snowflake. He's a blowflake is what he is. He should change the hats to say, make America whine again. It's more than half of this country voted.
No, that's the point right there. We're trying to stop making America fucking whine and cry and be fucking victims out here. Yeah. We're trying to stop that shit.
For the criminal, still trying to figure out what happened.
Oh, now that's a tad unfair. Let's have a listen to why he's crying. Maybe there is something redeeming or insightful we can learn from this man.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine.
Oh, it was a terrible night for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Victims, all this type of stuff. Seniors on Social Security. Now, hold on here. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Trump say he was going to cut taxes on Social Security? What? No, my bad. Hold on. Didn't Trump say he was going to stop taxes on Social Security?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Didn't Trump say he was going to stop taxes on Social Security for our seniors? I take care of my 101-year-old grandmother. Yeah. Didn't he say he was going to stop taxes on Social Security? I know he did. It's in my broadcast system. All right.
For NATO?
Jimmy. All right. Okay.
For the truth?
He is totally demented. It was a terrible night for democracy. What democracy was terrible for democracy, a candidate winning in a landslide, winning the Electoral College by the biggest margin we've seen from a Republican in 36 years, winning the popular vote, biggest popular vote ever by a Republican, winning convincingly, including the Senate, every swing state. And that's bad for democracy. You see, the left only values democracy if they win. And during that little emotional diatribe from Kimmel, he talked about women's rights and decency. I'm sorry, but I'm not about to be lectured on decency from this creep.
Tell us what you think of the statue. I mean, do you think that she's attractive or not? Take another look at it.
It's so obscene that we've had to pixelate some of that footage and can't show you the whole thing. He's always been gross and frightfully unfunny. And talking about unfunny, let's hear from Stephen Colbert.
All day yesterday, I was walking around proudly wearing my I voted sticker. Today, I wore my I am questioning my fundamental belief in the goodness of humanity sticker. Now, they give those out. This is a democracy. That's democracy with a capital duh.
No, it's not. It is not a democracy. We live in a republic.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Colbert. Listen, look, what is wrong with you, Colbert? We live in a republic.
And in this democracy, the majority has spoken, and they said they don't care that much about democracy.
You know,
you ain't finna change the Constitution, Colbert. We live in a fucking republic to which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Excuse me. And justice for all. This is crazy.
No, the Republicans should pray to have political opponents that are this dumb, this blind, this deluded, and completely incapable of introspection, so out of touch and insulated in their little echo chambers that they are unlikely to ever work out the obvious reasons why Donald Trump won in a landslide. At least Colbert is honest enough to note that his audience is protected from the truth.
If you watch this show regularly, I'm guessing you're not doing great. Yeah, me neither.
Yep, if you watch trash like that, reality will hit you hard because you've been fed nothing but leftist lies and hysteria. And a woman who clearly has been on a diet of lies and hysteria and pancakes is Barbara Streisand. Remember the last time Trump was president and she claimed that he was making her fat? That's a real headline. Well, this time she's pledging to flee the country.
How do you feel about the specter of a second Trump administration?
I will move. I can't live in this country if he became president.
Okay, shit. Okay, well, bye.
Where would you go? Where would you go?
Probably to England.
Probably to England. Okay, then carry your ass on over there. Carry your ass on over to England. But I thought, hold on, I thought England also was America's ally as well.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on. Probably to England. Okay, then with Barbara Streisand. I mean, to be honest with you, though, 9 times out of 10, I mean, shit, hell, Barbara Streisand, we probably, most of us forgot you was even still alive. Shit. Most of us forgot you was still alive, Barbara Streisand. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, get your ass on. Who the hell is going out their way to interview these people? And it goes back to interviewing all these entertainers. Why are we worried about what these people are thinking? They are paid to entertain us, not give us their political views. We don't care about what these people are thinking. If she want to get her ass over to London, whatever, go there. But England is still one of America's allies. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I like England.
Now, there'll be plenty more lefties content with my next guest, host of Primetime with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex Stein, who also did invaluable work as a white dude for Kamala.
We have to stop Donald Trump from getting into office. I came here with a dream. I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for Donald Trump, and I'm doing it for these kids. I love these kids. I love these kids.
What the hell is that? What is that? Are you kidding? Did this grown ass man have a meltdown? I love this kid. I love this kid. No, sir. So, listen, look. If I was to really speak on how I really think that this man looking right there, oh, you love the kids, huh? Oh, you love the kids? Yeah, you love the kids, huh? I don't, to be honest with you though, the way he looking and he carrying himself right now, things like that, how he looking, yeah, he love the kids. Okay, yeah, he love the kids. If you try to get what I'm saying, because I ain't finna just, yeah, he love the kids. Okay. Sick ass motherfucker.
I'm just not happy. I'm going through so much. And my damn wife keeps posting on Facebook she's in Cancun, Mexico with her new boyfriend. And I just want one kid to learn how to do math.
Oh, some of you, but
What the fuck was that?
nice work, Alex. Explain yourself, please.
Well, Rita, that was the day after the election, and they had a special meeting in Washington, D.C., because the testing scores, the standardized scores for the Washington school children, K through 12, were alarmingly bad. In the inner city schools, that the kids were proficient for their grade level, just 8% of the students were proficient. So they had to have a special meeting all about math. So that's why I went up there and talked about math. But that was the day after the election. And listen, I was up all night celebrating that Donald Trump win. I rolled in there. My pencil was not full of lead, but still, I went in there and did my best. And
It was a great performance.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Rita.
It was a great performance. Now, people do celebrate in different ways, and I'm wondering whether you had anything to do with this celebration.
You ain't the same on the game. Hey, Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not.
Donald Trump is your daddy again. Did you put that sign up, Alex? It looks like your work.
No, I did not. And, honestly, Daddy Trump needs to come back. He's coming back.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I was wrong. Hold on. Maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry. Well, excuse me. Hold on. But all that crying and shit threw me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. All that crying and shit threw me the fuck off. That shit was crazy. Maybe I was wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Let's keep going. Let's check some more out.
Gas prices.
Because I'm watching it right along with you.
They're about to get cheap. We don't have to worry about biological men beating women in women's sports. I mean, the world is going to get exponentially better. So if we got to call Donald Trump daddy, he is. He's the father of this country, and there's no better father than Donald Trump.
Okay. Well, obviously I was wrong. But the end of it, man, what I was seeing right there was not, I thought that was on some liberal shit. My bad.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
My bad. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Okay.
Now,
But he still didn't need to be up there crying like that. Seriously.
Donald Trump's youngest son, Barron, has been credited for helping guide his father's strategy to attract younger voters through appearances with podcasters, comics like Theo Von, The Joe Rogan Show, Adam Ross. Here is Donald Trump talking about Barron's involvement in his campaign.
So I have a son who's very smart and tall, Barron, right? And he knows all about you. He knows about guys I never heard of. He said, Dad, you don't know how big they are. They're big. You know, he told me how big. I said, who the hell is he? Like Ross. I did. He said, Dad, he's a great guy. I mean, guys that are doing, it's a whole new world out there.
How much of a difference did this so-called bro vote have in this election? I remember Republican women like Riley Gaines, even Megyn Kelly, were encouraging men to go out there and vote to help save the country.
Well, it was huge. And a lot of people want to criticize Donald Trump, but I think the best judgment of a man's character is how well Donald Trump's children are doing. And his son Barron is a genius for basically putting his campaign over the top. And then on top of that, you look at Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, and, you know, his other children that have issues. You know, the Obamas, their kids are pretty wacky. All of Donald Trump's children work in his business, support him. They all have clean criminal records. I don't think any of them are selling our secrets to the Ukraine. So Donald Trump is a great father, and he raised a great young man in Barron Trump, and I'm really indebted to him for making him think outside the box and go on these podcasts and do untraditional media. And I really do think that was the difference in this election.
Hey, listen, look. All right. Okay, so at the end of the day, I definitely like to state I was wrong about this dude right here. Things like that. That's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I was watching him right along with you, and I ain't gonna lie to you, like all that crying and shit, that shit threw me the fuck off out here. Like seriously. But I was wrong. Obviously, yeah, it is what it is on that point. And I was wrong. But you know, I ain't got no problem admitting when I'm wrong. You know, unlike a lot of society. But here we go. All right. So we're going to keep going. And we're here now. We are here now. Let's see what Stephen A. Smith had to say. All right.
Politics, that's where we've got to go because there's no other place to start today other than the re-election of Donald J. Trump as the 47th president of the United States of America. Trump's victory was called early this morning, needing 270 electoral college votes. He finished the evening with 292 to win the White House. Trump's re-election is a crushing blow to Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party that relied on a number of issues that ultimately fell flat with the American public, evidently. I'll get to the Democrats in a moment, but let's put Donald Trump's victory in perspective. He reclaimed the White House with a unique campaign that relied heavily on a voter turnout operation that focused on one familiar issue, the economy. In addition to that, the president-elect managed to peel votes away from once reliable Democratic support groups, such as the Latinos and, of course, Black men. If you look at that number right there in the CNN exit polls, the Hispanic vote for Trump increased by 13% from what it was in 2020 when he lost to President Joe Biden. With the Black community, according to that same CNN poll, it increased by 5%. And obviously, when you hear 5%, you're automatically going to deduce that it was Black men that ultimately hurt Kamala Harris. I tend to focus on the 13% because I think that when you are Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, that's really, really what we have to do as we take a closer look as to what transpired. I'm going to say this before I get into any of that. Donald Trump's return to the White House is the greatest comeback probably in American history. 34 felony counts, 2 impeachments. I can't count the number of mistakes that he has made. When he departed in 2020 after the insurrection at the United States Capitol, we all thought he was finished. He was done.
Now, hold on here. He said peacefully march. There's footage out there that clearly says that he was actually saying that out of his own mouth. Peacefully march. Now, listen, look. Nobody can control other human beings. I don't care what's going on. And, you know what I'm saying? The problem is that this election has proven that. It's proven that the Democrats cannot control how people vote. It's proven that, you know what I'm saying, other human beings cannot control other people, you know what I'm saying, in their thought processes and the way that they want things to go. So, yeah, they want to sit there and blame the situation when all those people went up to the Capitol and things like that on Trump. He said peacefully. It is what it is.
He went back to his hub at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, and the next thing you know, plotted a return to the White House that, regardless of what they tried to throw in his direction, nothing worked. Nothing worked.
Plotted a return.
Now, we could say what we want about his policies, whatever they may be. We could say what we want about his character, whatever you want to say. But when you think about leaders, one of the primary elements you're looking for from them is fight. Are you somebody that has alligator skin and a level of intestinal fortitude that few can rival? So when you got to go into the lion's den and deal with adversity, you're more than capable of doing so. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if any of us can definitively say we could deal with what Donald Trump dealt with and still end up back in the White House. He was definitely helped by Joe Rogan's endorsement in the wee hours before the election began, or before election day began. That played a role. He had some celebrities supporting him. I don't think that played much of a role. But ultimately, his focus on the economy and inflation ravaging us all, combined with the border issues, immigration, and over 11 to 12 million migrants entering the country illegally and focusing on that, I thought that there were certain things that he did that were nothing short of brilliant. Now,
so now Trump brilliant.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on. Because just a little while ago now, we know that you was actually endorsing Kamala Harris, Stephen A. Smith. I mean, you know. So now Trump is brilliant. You know, and don't get me wrong here. Don't get me wrong. Everybody has the right and the understanding that everybody has the right and the understanding that, you know, you could change your mind. And that's what we're trying to understand here with this particular election, that, you know, the Democrats, they were, you know, moving the way that they were moving and things like that. And, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have any type of understanding or, you know, love or compassion and things like that for the American people. That's the reason why they lost. You know what I'm saying? It was just too much. The Democratic Party, you know what I'm saying, with this particular election was too selfish. They were trying to push too many unlawful agendas or stupid agendas and things like that. They was trying to do too much. That was not for the American people, and that's what the American people did not want. That's the reason why we have all these other people crashing out, The View crashing out, all online, these women crashing out, well, we're not going to have sex with men anymore, and this and that. And, okay, then fine. You know what I'm saying? Keep your little funk box to yourself. Who cares?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I don't need you putting your period in my fucking spaghetti any damn way out here. You know, I mean, I'm just saying. It's crazy, but it's true. You know, I mean, come on now. You know, it's wild out here. And yes, and this is the break it down point.
Now, I have been on the record stating on several occasions, the economy was one thing. I just talked to you about that. Immigration was another. I just talked to you about that. What about crime in the streets? When you look at New York City, when you look at Los Angeles, when you look at the fact that people were being arrested and it's in the same day they were put in jail, they were getting out. And there seemed to be no punitive damage.
Excuse me, Stephen A. Smith. You talk about, you're using the word people. How about we use the actual words that need to be had? The illegal immigrants, the illegal migrants were being locked up and released. How about we use the right terms here? If you're going to go ahead on and switch, how about we use the right terms? People and this and that. Yeah, of course they're people. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. But how about we use the right terms? These people are illegal and they're doing crimes. New York, California, Colorado, they're doing crimes and then getting released the same damn day. Come on now.
That was being suffered by those who were inflicting harm upon American citizens. What about that? Okay. And then we have to pay attention to woke culture and the cancel culture. Think about the commercials that Donald Trump was showing. Think about the commercials that involved Charlemagne the God and the Breakfast Club when they kept playing footage of Kamala Harris saying she was in support of transgender operations taking place even for those incarcerated, while incarcerated. Think about that. Think about how they leaned on her appearing on The View, and when The View, a liberal outlet, very supportive of Kamala Harris, asked her a simple question of what, if anything, she would do differently from Joe Biden, she said there was nothing she could think of. These are the kind of things that I think hurt her, okay? But I also lean on woke culture and cancel culture for this reason as well. They also brought up how somebody transitioning from being a male to a female were competing against women and young ladies, knowing that there were an abundance of people, not just on the right, but independents, who would not support that. They weren't going to support that.
I mean, I showed y'all earlier in the broadcast about that situation. When I had, you know what I'm saying, when I brought up, you know what I'm saying, and showed y'all gay people that were not actually on board with that shit. They were not actually on board with, you know, hold on. They were not on board with that. Okay. Yeah. All right. But they were not on board with that. And it's amazing to me how we sit here and stigmatize people and things like that. When at the end of the day, though, you know what I'm saying, you know, gay people weren't even on board with, you know what I'm saying, transgenders in sports and this and that going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just facts. They were sick of it. They're even sick of the Democratic Party. Everybody's sick of the damn Democratic Party. Really. They're sick of the shit. They're sick of it.
They looked at something like that and they said, what the hell is wrong with us? They harkened back to years ago when you had people getting in trouble because instead of saying him or her or he or she, if you didn't say they, it was a violation.
And ultimately, that could get you in some kind of trouble. At some point in time, people were looking at those things. Now, some people would say that had nothing to do with the outcome of last night's election. I beg to differ. But ultimately, what it does come down to is this. With all of those things transpiring, it gave the impression that the Dems were at the mercy of the progressives on the extreme left, which forced folks in the center to lean right and forced the right to harden their stances even more. And what did you see as a result? There was no blue wall, ladies and gentlemen. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, etc. No. They talked all evening that if North Carolina and Georgia went to Donald Trump, the only way Kamala Harris would have a chance to win the election is if she won Pennsylvania. And she lost that too. I expected a tough, tight race. What we witnessed was an annihilation. An annihilation.
Hey, hold on, Stephen. Hold on.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Oh, I know you're not speaking against your queen like that. Because like I said, at first Stephen was, on board with Kamala. Now, he did start coming out at certain points and was like, listen, look, this is going on. Kamala's not answering these questions, things like that. We saw it unfold. We saw it unfold, Stephen. And I get it. But, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yes. So, I mean, what are you doing, Stephen? And, yeah, I get it. You're for America. I understand.
This was supposed to last, this debate about the election and how many votes. It was supposed to last probably until Thursday, Friday, maybe even into the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Fox News called it at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. We knew that Donald Trump had won back the White House. It was that kind of a romp, that kind of an annihilation. There are many, many things to insult Donald Trump about. There are many times we could have done it in the past. We can't do it today. There ain't a damn thing we can say. America has spoken. The Republicans have the White House. They have the Senate, by the way. They won back the Senate. They flipped it. And they're probably going to retain the House. They had it from 2017 to 2019. They got it back again. America has spoken. America has spoken. By the way, look at this cover on Vanity Fair, please. Take a look at this. With Trump's face, 34 felony counts, 1 conviction, 2 cases pending, 2 impeachments, 6 bankruptcies, 4 more years. And the 47th American president for the United States of America.
Yo, it is what it is. Hold on. It is what it is. Now, what I'm saying, all those felonies, real talk, election interference. You know what I'm saying? Convictions, cases pending, it's wild out here. Bankruptcies, all them rich people out there, you know what I'm saying, use the tax breaks. It just is what it is, whether we like it or not, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy out here. Listen, look.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's crazy, but This is where we at. And the Democratic Party cannot accept it. And everybody that is under the intoxication of the Democratic Party will not and cannot accept it. And this is just where we at. Yeah, we had 3 hours out there. Shout out to
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Real talk. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It is what it is, though. It is what it is, man. America showed their ass that they were sick of the Democratic Party. They were sick of it. They didn't have time for the games. Everybody wants America to be strong. We all do. Well, a lot of us do. Some don't. It is what it is. Some don't care. Selfish people, things like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's life, man. We we're gonna have selfish people and things like that. And that's what we're talking about the enemy within. The selfish people are the enemy to our country, even if they are natural born citizens. And this is what we have the Constitution for. This is the reason why we're a republic. This is the reason why we need to understand, the things that, even, George Washington, all of them, they put it in place for a reason. They knew that there was going to come a time to where we needed certain constitutional things in place to keep America going. Once they actually defeated, Britain and all those people and stuff like that was trying to, not allow America to be birthed and things like that. They knew that it was going to come a time where we had to actually get things back in line. Because, be honest with you, everybody understands about how life works. Life works in cycles. It's just like the sun. It goes up and down every day, and this is just life. And these are facts, but the way that we're living and the things that is going down with this election, it should teach the American society a true lesson that if we go too far off the grid and too far off into la la land, dream world, and stupidity, that society will correct itself. Definitely we don't have time for a lot of things that the Democratic Party was pushing. And this is the reason why America as a whole, changed the dynamics. We just don't have time, regardless of what you think about Trump or this and that. He's, going to take away rights and all this type of stuff. Like, what I'm saying? Trump is a true American. He was born and things like that. He was born in America. He's a citizen of New York, which is one of our, which is one of our major, cities in this country. Our unofficial, capital of America, basically. Is New York. It holds our financial hub, the stock market, all types of stuff. New York is our unofficial capital of America, really, amongst the world. And this is just where we at. So, like it or not, this is where we at. And I'm glad we're here now and we can move forward and get our country financially back right, get these gas prices down, get this food down, things like that. Provide more stable jobs for American citizens. Get these illegals out so they won't undermine American citizens for the rates of payment that we need on our jobs. Yeah. It just is what it is out here, man. It is what it is. Hey, listen, look, shout out to everybody.
So what the French toast is going to think about?
Whether you're here on the playback, mad love to you guys, man. I sure appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know, get down in the comments. Let me know. For real, though. Yeah, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Mad love to everybody. Yes, man. Mad love to everybody. And it is what it is, people. It is what it is, man. We are in dire fucking straits out here. And yeah, I'm glad we're able to fix it. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.
Act like a man! What's the matter with you?
Katie, what are you doing? And she's like, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No. You vote? Are you gonna vote? Will you ask people that you know to vote, please? And will you ask them to vote for me?
So let me just say this. You know, I think that she certainly does have a problem with men because misogyny is a real thing in this country. I don't think black men are the problem. Black men are not the problem. Black men are used to patriarchy. Okay, black men are used to black women being the heads of the family, black grandmothers raising them. They are used to that.
Was Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. I
I think they found out that she's retarded, and now we're basically fucked. Trump is killing us at the polls, so yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way, Joe. The only person in this world who is even more retarded than Kamala Harris is basically you. So no, Joe,
on, man.
you're
Just
not going
give it
back
another
in.
shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, we'll talk later, Joe.
Okay.
Women looking fine up in here.